Thanks for joining me today. Oh my gosh, a live sale on a Monday. I don't know that we've ever done that before, except for maybe when we did the sale marathon. So awesome, guys. Thanks for joining me. We are here tonight on Monday because everything political stuff is going on tomorrow. So we are here tonight so that we can get a little distraction and not focus on that kind of stuff and go to our happy place. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a live sale on a Monday. I will not be here tomorrow because of what I just mentioned. And then we'll play it by ear for the rest of the week. I'm not sure yet. We'll see kind of how everyone feels. I'm so happy that so many of you guys could join me tonight. I did switch out some settings. And I see that we have a little bit of a video delay going. Can you guys hear me? I just need to check a couple of settings. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, you can hear me. Am I too quiet, too loud? Any other problem? I switched out a bunch of equipment and settings today. Yes, you can hear me. Yes. How is the sound? Because this is a completely different setup and system and equipment. Is it perfect? Okay. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet so that I can make an adjustment. Just right. Fine. Okay. All right, good. There is a little bit of a delay and I can see it on my side. Don't really know what to do about that. Hmm. Okay. Well, I think we're just going to let it go the way that it is. There is a little bit of a delay, and that is something that is new since I switched out equipment. I did test equipment and settings most of the day today. So I thought we had it tuned in, but now there's a little delay. We're going to leave it. Anyway, how are you guys? How was your weekend? It's really strange to be here on a Monday. A small delay. Okay. So for you guys, is my voice not lining up with my mouth? Anybody else see the small delay? And specifically, is the audio not lining up with the video? You see it too? Okay. It's off. Okay. Um, Hang on just one second. Just one second. Uh-oh. Now we have double me. Let's see. That's better. Okay. I think there's no, there's still a delay. Darn it. Yeah, we'll just have to go with it. Worse, I know. I'm sorry. Um, Let me try one more thing. Okay, uh, I can still see it. Okay, we're gonna go with it, and I can hear myself again. We're just gonna have to live with it, I think. Don't worry, still here. I've tried everything that I can try while we are currently live. I know I tested at least for like 3 or 4 hours today, so it just is what it is. In a few minutes, it's not going to matter as much because my face isn't going to be on camera. It's just going to be the item that I show. So we will get through it. Until next time. Yeah, I had to switch. Well, anyway, I was trying to get it to line up and it just doesn't now. So there's not really a whole lot I can do while we are live. Hello, Pat. So let me say my hellos and we'll just kind of ignore it for the moment. Because like I said, when I switch cameras and we look at the down camera, things will be better. So let me try that real quick. Maybe, no, it's still delayed. Okay. Anyway, hello, Joanne. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Maria C. And hello, Jenny. Hello, Darla. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Carol. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hello, Susan Elliott. Hello, Wendy H. Hello, Emily. Hello, hello. Kendall, hello. Sneaking in. So funny. She always has to sneak in. And Christy, hello, Christy. And Carol Edison, hello. Awesome. And Sharon's here. Hello, Sharon. Helen, hello, Helen. Awesome, guys. I know. I'm so sorry. In a minute, it will seem much better because you won't have to see it not line up. Okay. Hello, Debbie. Debbie C. Okay. So for now, I'm going to get through this part as quick as I can so we can switch the camera down. When we switch the camera down, I will just keep in mind that there is a little bit of a delay from the video and the microphone. I am not sure why that is going on. I will have to check and see. I did add a whole bunch of new equipment and settings, so we will see. I'll obviously be fine-tuning that. I thought we had it good. That was the purpose of doing the testing all day today so that we could get that worked out. And I did test it, and it doesn't happen until it's actually live, because I tested private videos on YouTube. You can make videos and do them as unlisted videos so that you can watch them but nobody else can. So that's where I did the testing, and so I did go back through and play them back and it was fine. Now it's just being weird. Anyway, hello, Pia's Paw. I'm not sure how to say that. Pia's Paw? Not sure how to say that. But hello, Carol B. Hello. So we're going to do live sale tonight, I think. And I'm trying. So how was your guys' weekend? I know. Thank you for working out the bugs with me. How was your guys' weekend? Anybody do anything exciting? I saw a couple people did some, looks like, markets or something over the weekend. Don't really know what to call them, but some people did that. Some people went to the bookstore and picked up a couple new books. I saw that. What'd you guys do? You saw some mules. That's awesome. That's awesome. Beautiful fall weather, fun thrifting. Yes. Awesome. Very good. It's kind of fall here. It's like 70-ish, 72-ish. So I guess for us, that's kind of fall. We're also like 72 on Christmas Day. So at least it's not 100. We did have some rain yesterday, which was nice. You guys are very quiet. I think maybe it's just hard to do the chit chat whenever you know that my voice is not lining up with my word or with my mouth. Anyway, let's just move the camera down. Maybe that would be easier. I don't have anything quite ready to show you guys, but I was planning on doing chit chat for a little bit and seeing what was going on in your guys' world. I know it's kind of crazy out there. That's why I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to provide a little distraction. Sorry, my nose is always itchy. You got lots of rain in Texas. That's cool. I mean, not flooding, but as long as it's just rain, that's cool. Awesome, guys. Well, does anyone have anything tonight that they are specifically looking for? I know we have a lot of things lined up over here off to the side that we're going to do eventually. I keep trying to get them worked into shows. After 55 days, finally rain. Oh my gosh, that is a dry spell. That is. Yeah, we don't get a lot of rain here, but we seem to, like, when we do get it, get a whole bunch, a week or so, and then we will go months without it too. Books, you want to see books? Okay. We have some canceled orders, or not really canceled, but they just never got paid for. It's mostly just a couple. And I just, can't leave them out there packed forever. So we have a couple of those that we could go through tonight. We have documents in paper from everywhere. We have documents in paper, like handwritten antique documents from France. We have handwritten antique documents from Spain and from Japan. And there's English things. There's American things. We have stuff from everywhere, hence the title of the sale in the video, is paper from all over around the world. I wish that I could get paper from every single country so that we could literally, I just think it'd be cool to look at all the different styles of writing and also all the different types of paper that there is out there. So we always have French things, Emily. Double-sided paper, different on both sides. Well, we have documents that are like that and ledgers that are kind of like that. The handwriting's different. Spain, Jenny, awesome. November kit. Yeah, it'd be nice if I finished it so we could do it. I honestly kind of debated not doing a kit at all because I know throughout the holiday season, it's going to be very busy. Blue paper, Diana says. Darla, sometimes that's like a issue on your device. It does happen sometimes, but supposedly the changes that I made today fixed that, or will fix that. So you can try going out and coming back in, and that might help with some of the lag, first of all, and it also might help with the voice going in and out kind of thing. If you just go out and come right back in, it's kind of like a refresh. Some Japanese letters. Yep, we have some postcards, we have some school books, and we have some documents from Japan. Onion skins printed in packs. Debbie, we did the French onion skin letters a couple of weeks ago. I do have a couple things like that left, but we did the bulk of that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Darla, you might try going in and out. Going out of the video and then back in. And also, if you're watching on like Facebook or if you're watching on Instagram, first of all, if you're planning on purchasing, watching on Instagram and Facebook is not the best way because I don't see any comments from Instagram. And on Facebook, it doesn't really show your comment fast enough for you to be able to claim something. Like most of the time, you'll miss out every time. That didn't make sense. You'll miss out a lot if you're doing it on Facebook. I don't know if you did miss it or what. I don't know, but we had them a couple weeks ago and we had 2 papers out of 2 different books and we sold all out of one book and I still have some of the second book left, but not much. So I can bring a couple packs of those. Yes, we can do that. So you guys are here. You want to do paper. We're going to do paper and we're going to do books and we're going to do canceled orders, or what do I call them? I call them unclaimed orders. Unclaimed orders or unpaid for orders, or there was a term that we were using for that. I don't remember what it is, but we're going to do those. Those are right out in the hallway. One of them is a big box and I couldn't bring it in the room. There's just not enough. There is lag out there. I talked about it and tried to fix it here right when I started the live. My voice is not lining up with the video at the moment. It's not going to be a big deal once I switch the camera down, because you're not going to be able to see it not line up because you won't be able to see my face. So yeah, it's okay. Lag is out there always on everyone's device, but today I can see it on my side a little bit. And I think there has been several changes since we did a live sale last with my equipment and other equipment here at the house. So we'll see. Leftovers are when, like, I sell, like if I brought the onion skin packs and I said I had 40 of them and we sold like 38, there would be 2 leftovers. I call leftovers things that are just like there's a 1 or 2 or whatever, just a couple of them left. But the unpaid orders, I think we're just going to call them unpaid or unclaimed. I don't know. Anyway, they were claimed. I guess they're unpaid. Well, we're going to do that. So if anybody else has a request, abandoned cart kind of a situation, it is kind of like that, except for the person doesn't ever say anything to you. You buy and pay for a shipping label and print it and pack up all their stuff and invoice them. And then they just pay for it. And you're like holding it forever because you don't want to sell something if they want it. And if they're going to come back and be like upset that oh, well, wait, you resold it. Like, so it's been hard for me to figure out, well, how long is the right amount of like courtesy time to hold something for someone? So anyway, truthfully, I let these orders go way, way, way too long. We talked about that the other day. So now it's going to be like, no longer than a couple of weeks to 30 days max, depending. If you're a new buyer, I won't hold things for you pretty much at all. If you are an established buyer and you reach out and you talk to me and communicate, then we can probably work things out. However, we have some that have been here for a very long time. When I show them across the table, some of you guys will be like, oh my gosh, like I remember these and this was a long time ago. So anyway, the remaining, so the seam binding and the rest of the lace is waiting for the rest of the lace show. I was planning on doing that this week. However, there is a lot of things going on, and truthfully, I don't want to do it. So here's the problem. If I do it when not everyone is here, because I'm not doing my normal Tuesday live sale this week, and everyone is just kind of programmed to come on a Tuesday. And despite me putting the video out there early, like linking it on the YouTube channel early and putting it in YouTube things, or in Facebook things saying, hey, I'm doing a live sale, not my regular days, despite me telling everyone several weeks in advance I'm not doing it on my regular days. Inevitably, if I do lace this week, because it will not be on a Tuesday, there will be a handful of people who will be upset because they did not get the message that the live sale was not going to be on Tuesday, and they will miss out on the lace and they will want to add the lace, and we don't add things anymore after sales. So I'm just trying to avoid hurt feelings and frustration and all of that kind of stuff by not doing things that I know people are waiting on when we can't do it on our normal Tuesday. Jenny Drew. I think you did get your invoice for that, Jenny. I think you did. I sent it. At least I thought I sent it because I sent your package to you. I really thought that I did. I will double check that, obviously. But I really thought that I did, and I really thought you paid it. So I will double check it. I'll make a note to myself here in just a minute to do that. Was being held at the post office. Oh, Lois. The post office holds things randomly for some people, and I don't know why. And then sometimes I send the items, the packages, because of the value of the package. Sometimes it's not a good idea just to like send it regular mail. So sometimes I send them signature required. The reason mostly why I do that is because if it's a high value package, the mailman is just going to probably leave it at your door, and we have porch pirates everywhere across the world now. So I don't want to just have your mailman just dump your package somewhere. I've had customers tell me he left it, like, instead of by the front door, they'll leave it on the side of the house by like a garage door or in a bush somewhere or wherever. So if it's a higher value order, a lot of times I'll send it signature required. And I realize that's a little inconvenient, but that means that your package is going to be placed in your hands instead of left wherever the mailman left it. And then maybe somebody comes to your house and like takes it or whatever. So just for security, sometimes I do request that you, the pillow was shipped to you. It has been shipped to you. It was shipped on the same day as everything else. It's in its own separate box, Jenny. And I will look at all of that here in just a few minutes. Well, not here in just a few minutes. I'll look at it tonight after I'm live. I don't like to pull any of that stuff up on the computer while I am live, but I will make a note and I will look and message you. But so anyway, if your package gets held because of it needs a signature, you can sign the form and put it in your mailbox and tell your mailman just to leave the package if you are comfortable with that. But basically, I don't want him just dumping your package off and it like something happening. So that's what that is. I'll look. Let me make a note, Jenny. I will look. I know it's packed and gone because that's the only thing in that box. It was a big box and that's not here anymore. I will look. Okay. 10 days if no communication, Joanne. Yeah, I know. Is that when they like return them, or are you saying for me to do that? Like, I could be super strict about it, but honestly, things happen with people, so I do try to be like, a little bit flexible. No lace, no seam binding invoicing yet. So my point with all that talk about the lace and the seam binding is that I don't want to sell it when we're not on a normal Tuesday, because it's just going to be like a problem where people are going to want to add later. People already want to add later to the last one. So let's just wait on lace and seam binding. It's here. It's not going anywhere. When we do the other half of lace, then we will ship lace and seam binding from all the days all at once and all on the same invoice. Now, if your invoice gets out of control and you need to split it, then you can message me and say you need to split it. Preferably ask for splitting invoices before your invoice the first time, just because it requires me to go back and edit the first invoice and then put it all on a new invoice. It's like double the work. If you just ask ahead of time, then I know and I can do it right off the bat, and you're not waiting on me to do it, and it's just easier. Okay. I think we're good. Hello, Mrs. E. I think we're good. I don't know how many packages left here this morning, but every single package that was paid for up until like noon my time went. So if you paid today, 99% of that has gone unless you paid afternoon. So like 100% of it is gone unless you paid afternoon. But if you paid afternoon, your package is still here and it will be here until the next time I ship. If you paid at any point in time for any type of sale, whether it's 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, last week, whatever, it left here today, except if you paid afternoon. Yay, Lois. Well, I'm glad to know those things are working to help remind people or to tell people, because not everyone can join every week, right? So that's kind of the problem. A lot of you guys join every week and you are here for the announcements, but some people don't. And so that's another reason why I just don't want to, oh yeah, we did the rest of the lace. Sorry you weren't here. Like, you can see where that might be a problem. So let's switch the camera down and let's get started. Unless anyone has any other questions or anything like that, let's get to it. We're going to be very relaxed tonight. If you guys want to go grab a snack, go grab a beverage. It's not going to be like super, super fast paced. We're just going to take our time. We're going to enjoy our time together. It's our escape from everything else that's stressful going on out there. So yeah. Well, it looks like we're ready to go. So for tonight, I'm going to be my own moderator again. Melissa's Cheap Frills. Nope. I just actually got another question about that and addressed it. We are going to wait to do the lace until it is a normal Tuesday so that people don't feel like I did it without them, kind of a situation. I think we're good. Nobody's been invoiced for lace yet. All lace will ship together from the few weeks ago when we first did it and the second half when we do that. You're okay. Totally fine. Let's go ahead and switch the camera down and get started. I don't have anything pretty on the camera or on the desk yet. And so I understand that. And I am working on, for invoicing, I am working on a way to get us a very definite, like, we're going to sell on Tuesday and we're going to invoice on Friday situation. I don't have it quite ready yet, but it's coming. So that's something I'm working on, to get things to where you guys know every week it's the same day you're invoiced, kind of a situation, instead of it being random. I am working on getting it all to one exact day. I'm also working on figuring out how many days per week I can actually do a live sale and how many days per week that's going to take to pack and ship and all of that kind of stuff. Changes are coming. Big changes are coming, but I'm not quite ready to roll out all of that yet. It's something I am working on, just like I worked on cameras and microphone today. These things, they just take time to iron out all the details, and I don't want to release something to you until it is entirely ready. But there's exciting big changes coming to the channel, and I'm just trying to get us over the period of working out the kinks before I launch it with you guys. All right, so for documents, these are the kinds of documents we have from France. I have Japanese things and Spain things and Germany things and UK things and American things and all other kinds of things. So do you guys want to go? Let's do this first. These are the kind of documents. So if you guys want to hang out for documents, we will do documents, but let's go through that order that is like unpaid for. I think we're just going to call it unpaid for. Let me go grab that stuff and I will bring it in. Kendall. Well, it's probably okay you're watching without sound today, Kendall. Not that you can hear me right now. When you watch it back later, you'll get it. Oh my gosh. Okie dokie. This is one order, all from the same person. It's a massive order full of the higher end things. For the most part, it's higher end things. All one order from the same person that never got paid for. Unfortunately, there were 3 orders from this person that didn't get paid for. And I did hold them for a long time. So it's not like I'm selling them out from under this person. It's just, we have to move on with it, right? So let's get through this first. This was one order, but I'm not gonna, I don't think anyone here is interested in just one giant order at the price point this was. This was the $3,000 order I talked to you guys about last week. So I'm going to just break it up and sell it the same way I sold it originally to this person, but we'll do some discounts just so when I do unpaid orders, I always give you guys a discount on them. So let's start opening them. You can tell, maybe you can tell, there's a variety of antique books, all rag paper books. And so, like I said, we're going to open these up and look at them in detail. More books. These were sold out. These are the only 2 I have left because they all sold during the sale. Another book. And then these are all antique French ledgers. These were rare, some rag paper ledgers, This is a big ledger, and this one down here is a big ledger. So let's take a look at these and get going on them. Yep, Darla. And this is a customer that used to spend that on a regular basis. So, you know, she was a good customer. I'm sure something has happened. I don't know what, but these packages have been here since at least August. I think more like June, July period. So without any communication, I don't know what else to do. And the package can't stay at my house forever. So we're just going to do the best we can. Sorry about the crinkling. We're just going to do the best we can with it. There's ephemera in here also, apparently. See, I don't know what's in here unless I pull up the invoice, but these look like books from the 1700s. Let me get all the plastic over with and we'll deal with it. Okay, so for books, for the unclaimed order, this is what we have. We've got those. This is the cover to this guy and the back cover. We have a little bit of ephemera. This is one of those French embroidery or cross stitch pattern books. So if you guys remember when we did this, this was a long time ago. So there's one of those. Then there's some more little books. Most of these are rag paper. I don't think all of them are, but most of them are. And these ones, like I think this is a 1700s one. I have to look inside, but I think these two were from the 17s. These two are probably from the 18s. Let's start there. That's a good place to start. Okay, so these two, they are leather books, all full leather covers. Let me switch this around. Yeah, I know. And that's kind of the other thing. Hello, Catherine. That's kind of the other thing. Is whenever things get claimed, but they don't get paid for it, also takes them away from people who wanted them and also wanted to pay for them. So it just doesn't work, you know, it just doesn't work when people, you know, have that kind of situation happen. Anyway, full leather cover books. They both have gold borders all the way around, front and back cover. So these are awesome for turning the book covers into journals, but also these are French rag paper books. So this one is from 1813. This is going to be your A book. I will AB these. So this one is your A. You can see it has a couple of names written in it. These are all the same last name and different people's first name. Probably the original owners of these books. It's printed in Lyon in 1813. It's gorgeous rag paper. Very, very lovely rag paper. There's like a fold-out map right here. Where did that go? Well, I saw it once, but there's a fold-out map somewhere in this book right here. So when you fold it out, not a map necessarily, I guess this. It's kind of like talking about a technical device that you could use for, looks like maybe a mining operation or something. Hopefully you guys are seeing it. But that's in here. There may be other ones. I don't remember these books now because it has been a long time. But definitely rag paper. It's beautiful laid rag paper. Very sturdy and durable. And I'll measure these two. They're both exactly the same size. This is your B book. It does have a little name at the top here too. B was printed in Paris in 1825. It's about Roman history. Lovely rag paper again. They have marbling on the book block. Gorgeous, gorgeous book. So A and B on these. Let me find my A's and B's. They're hidden. A's and B's. Measurements. The first book is 4 by 7. They're both the same size. So like a little over 4 and 7. So these are great size pages for adding into the signatures of journals. These books, you can take the pages out of them as folios, so you could reinforce the center if you feel like it. Rag paper is really strong. You don't usually have to reinforce it. It's called rag paper because it's made out of rags. So they would take rags and like old clothing or ship sails, even sometimes, whatever types of rags they had. There used to be rag dealers that would deal in selling the rags, and then people would make paper out of them, or paper factories would make paper out of them, along with other things. But that's why. And rag paper is desirable, the most desirable kind of paper for artists and bookmakers because of the durability. So when they used rag, rag usually is linen rag or a cotton rag at later times. Most of these are linen rag. And the fibers of the linen and the fibers of the cotton are long. And so when they use the rag content with, paper making, the long fibers of the rag or linen, cotton stuff, it makes the paper more durable. It also provides a very lovely tooth to the paper. So it has it's not like textured like watercolor paper where it's bumpy, but there's a definite feel to rag paper. It also is the medium, the substrate of choice for like watercolor artists and things like that. So the paper is not only strong, like you could crumple it up and, use your hand and just, kind of straighten it out and it would look like you never crumpled it. It's a very, very strong and durable paper. So anyway, there's a whole lot of information about rag paper, but let's get these books in here. Okay. Wood pulp paper will also, wood pulp paper is what we have now for the most part. Wood pulp paper, actually not, we don't have wood pulp paper. We had from rag paper to wood pulp. And then now we have not really made from trees paper. It's made from other materials. It's just a whole bunch of different materials now, not really from trees. But the later papers, after rag paper, the later papers, all of those will disintegrate, fall apart over time. Rag paper lasts. So if you're putting it in a journal, it will last. If you use a lesser quality paper, it gets dark over time. So think about like acid-free for scrapbooking. Acid-free stuff was important because if it wasn't acid, it would offset onto other papers, but also it would darken and tarnish. While tarnishing is good, sometimes you don't really want tarnishing on the page from the acid and stuff that's in it. So anyway, a whole bunch of different facts and information about that. If you guys are ever interested, there's great videos on how rag paper was made. I suggest looking them up on YouTube. They're fun to watch. Let's get these books in. They are French rag paper books, and these ones are early 1800s, 1813 and 20 something ish. And we're going to do these ones for 45. Actually, we're going to do them for 40. I said it has to be a little bit of a discount at least, right? So the 1800s ones we're going to do for 40, and there's A and B, and you just let me know which one you want. It's why you map. I don't know what that means. I missed something there. And so for anything that's purchased tonight, I will be invoicing this week. I'm hoping to get it done no later than Saturday. I will be away from home on Friday. And the first person that I see, so here's the go. And the first person I see is Jerry for A. Thank you, Jerry. And Carol will get B. because she says any or me, but then she says B. Thank you guys. And I don't think either one of you were here because you guys are fairly new to the channel. I don't think either one of you were here when we did all of this stuff. So this is like brand new to you. Okay, there's those. Let's get through these two. Right. So I do have newspapers from the 17 and 1800s, and the ones I have are made from rag paper. In 1700s, most stuff will be made from rag paper. In the 1800s, it really varies between country to country. So some countries started using the newer, lesser quality paper before other countries did. In France, pretty much before 1850, I find rag paper, but not always. In the 1700s, I usually do, but sometimes it's not rag paper, it's laid paper or something else. But so it changes between countries. Like in America, anything after 1850 is usually junk paper, like just terrible quality paper. In America, you have to go even like most 1800s is still just junk paper, where it's going to be brittle, it's going to be, falling apart. So it does vary between countries. You just got to know which country and kind of do your homework on it. You can always ask a seller if it's rag paper too, and if they don't know, then they probably don't deal in a lot of books or paper. Okay, so this book has a beautiful gold spine. It's got lots and lots of gold detail on that spine. And inside it has beautiful end papers. This was an expensive book. So then you've got that. This is a book. So this is a book plate. Like usually we see them over here, but this is who owned this book. Unfortunately, that's put there. It's not on the title page, so thank goodness for that. It is a book printed in Paris. It's the history of the Basque Empire, and it was printed in 1770. I have to calculate it out. 1770. Okay, so printed in 1770, we're going to have beautiful rag paper, and we're going to have lots of decoration on the pages. So in the 1700s, you get a lot more of these type of decorations. A lot more, this is a small one, but a lot more of those kind of decorations. It does have a red dyed book block. A lot of the books from the 1700s have red dyed book blocks. This is beautiful linen rag paper. It has lots of beautiful details. Stamps inside of it. It's really, really nice quality paper. I know there are more beautiful details in here. I don't know where they are at the moment, but there are more. And they're just, it's such good paper. Like you can even see the quality of the paper by how firm the book pages are. They're not just like flopping over loose, rounded over. They're firm. It's nice quality paper. So that's going to be our A. Our B book for this time is similar. It's got gold flowers, like little irises on the spine. And these are full leather covers. This is very early handmade marble paper. And it does have a slight sheen to it. And this is from the 1700s, so not sheen like magazine glossy. The reason why I'm saying it has a sheen to it is because they actually took agate stones and rubbed the agate stones over the big, large sheet of marbled paper after they made it. And that was the way that they got a little bit of gloss onto their marbled paper. Because back then they didn't have finishes that made paper glossy. So it's definitely a higher end book. This one is like an encyclopedia of choice articles. And it was printed in Paris in 1771. And this book has a marbled book block. And it's a nice, good sized book. Beautiful. I love it when they have the decorative letters at the beginning of the paragraphs or chapters. And again, you're going to find beautiful details in here as well. I can't flip through and find them all, but we can find a couple. Or there we go. So these were expensive. This one had quite a few of them. You see them there. This was an expensive book when I sold it, and it was a very expensive book at the time in 1771. So there's A and B. They are unclaimed, so we will discount them a little bit. And let's do them. I'm going to do them for 50. That's a little cheaper than they would be today if we were doing them. $50 is normally not one with decoration. It's normally just a 1700s book. So this is going in now. Yeah, a lot of times they did decorate the book block. It was just an added detail. Like you can see, this one is not decorated at all. It was just an added detail. And all of those extra little details meant that the bookmaker spent more time and more money making the book. So the more time and money they spent making the book, the more higher price the book probably was when it was purchased. And thus probably a better quality book with better quality paper, because if it was just a cheap, inexpensive book, the bookmaker wouldn't go through all the trouble to make it so decorative. Okay, so for those books, first person in is Carol B. And she's going to take B. And then we have Diana B. Jerry, you were also for B, but Diana B says any, so she will get the A. Thank you guys very much. And if you guys want more 1700s books, I do have more 1700s books in a bin right behind me. I see that maybe some of you guys do want them. Let me pull them and then we will continue on. Let me pull some. 1700s books I don't have a ton of. Like I have a lot of 1800s. I don't have a ton of 1700s. Let me pull some. So this is the bin with 1700s. We have, these might even be 1600s. I don't know. Some of them I have are 1600s and some of them are 1700s in this bin. We'll find out together. Okay, let's offer these four. So these ones, these books are considerably chunkier. They have a lot more pages in them, considerably chunkier. You can see when I showed them this way, like they do have marble book blocks. All four have marble book blocks. We'll look at them one at a time. So full leather cover book, beautiful leather with a nice pattern to it. That's your spine. This just came off right here. There is still spine there. It's just the little label came off. If I was going to make this into a journal, I would probably be putting fabric down it anyway. Inside you have that very old marbled paper. This is from 17, I believe. Printed in Paris. It's the history of ancient Egyptians. And it's printed in 1758. 1758 for this one. And this is a very, very thick book with tons and tons and tons of pages. Lots. 650 pages, roughly. So this is linen rag paper. It is absolutely beautiful linen rag paper. It feels amazing. The pages are nice and thick. And it's just a beautiful big book of rag paper. And again, if you look at how stiff the pages are, they're not flopping over at all. They're very, very stiff. Nice linen rag paper does that. Okay, that was your A. I don't know if there are decorations in that guy. We didn't flip all the way through. This is your B, and he looks the same. He's probably from the same series. Same marble paper. It is from the same series. It is printed in 1764. So maybe not the same exact print here, but it's the same book. So just a later printing, but from 1764. This one is the paper in this one is actually thicker than the last one. And it does have some decoration. There was another one here. I just missed it again. I can see it, but I can't get to it. Some beautiful pages. There's a ribbon bookmark. It's a silk ribbon bookmark. I don't really see, well, there are some. I saw some in here. I don't know. Every time you try to come back to a page, you lose it. There also is a table in the back, and it's mostly like a glossary. But it's a beautiful book. So that's your B. A and B are very similar in size. They're about the 7x4 size. Yep, 4x7. And then your C book is this guy. Full leather cover. He does have a little cracked spine here. When we take these apart, we usually lose the spine anyway. There is a little French label in this guy. Super cute. Really old marble paper. And this one again has the sheen from the agate stone. And then this one, printed in Paris in 1774. It's a beautiful book. Something about history. I don't have Google Translate up, so I cannot tell you exactly. Does have decorations, lots of beautiful pages. The camera is just a little bit too white right now. Let me change a setting. It's just kind of blowing out all of the beautiful paper color. I think it just makes it a little hard to see what I'm showing. Yeah, that's better. Sorry about that. So the pages do have some decoration on them. Ribbon bookmark in there. Lovely, lovely book for C. For D, we have this guy. Again, he's super chunky. He's got a really old leather cover. Gold flowers down the spine. Super old paper. This is a very old marble paper. It's lovely though. And again, it was rubbed with the agate stone. This used to be in a library. This was printed in 1768. 1768. A big chunky book though. If you want rag paper to play with in journals, big chunky book. Absolutely beautiful. There is decoration. I see lots of decoration in this guy. Again, as soon as you say it, then you cannot find it again. There's one. I know I saw like 4 right in this section too. I don't know if I'll find the rest, but there are some in there. So beautiful book. And this guy has very thick paper, extremely thick paper, like a lightweight cardstock. I probably kept this one to the side and didn't offer it ever before because A, it is beautiful, and B, it's my favorite kind of paper. Okay, and that's your D. So these ones are bigger than the last round. I'm just going to bump it up 5, even though you're probably getting 100 or so more pages at least. So we're going to do French books, 1700s, and we're going to go 55. Which I have more French books from the 1700s coming, and I know that they will not be $50 or $55. Okie dokie. There's the go for that. First in is Kendall, and she would like the C book. Kendall has a little collection of French books from me. I don't know if she's tearing them apart yet for pages, but thank you, Kendall. And then next in is Jerry. And Jerry's first choice is going to be the B book. Hello, Rhea. Emily is first in for the D book. Emily. Thank you, guys. And then Deborah was also for the, Deborah was also for the D. Carol also wanted the D. Maria says D or C, and both are gone. Diana says C. Diana now says A. She was in for a couple of them. So that's that round of those. We'll stay with this until you guys are done, and then we will move on. And if you guys need to send me a message while I'm live, not only tonight but ever, you guys can send me a private message while I'm live in Messenger, and I do have that open, and I will check it as we go, just in case somebody needs something and they want to say it to me privately. You can always send me a message in Facebook Messenger. Kendall said C and D. Well, Kendall, you did say C and D. Hang on just 1 second, and we'll see if we need to make a swap. We have this guy. And this guy. Now we are getting into some of my favorites. I want to do really thick ones this time. Okay. So Kendall, hopefully one of these will appeal to you. Hello, Cheryl. Thank you, Robin. Hello, Robin. Okay. I know there is a lot of lag out there. So I'm going to try to put it in, but then just wait just a couple of minutes, or wait a couple minutes before I put it in. I know you guys are fighting lag. So there's 4 more thick, chunky books. You can see 2 of them have red dyed and 2 of them have marble. Let's go ahead and go through these. Little piece of leather. So the A book this round, don't worry, Kendall, I have one for you. I promise you. We're getting into some of the ones I held for myself, but that's okay. These ones, I have a bookshelf out there where sometimes I put my favorites. Okay, this is the A book. He has a lovely spine. And most books from the 1700s, not all, but a lot of them are religious-based books. Beautiful marble paper on the inside. It has, can you see it? It has a little bit of sheen to it from the agate stone. And that was hand done. Like everything in the 1700s was hand done. But can you imagine somebody's job was to literally sit there and rub agate stones over marbled paper all day, every day? That's a lot of work, I'm quite certain. Okay, so this one, it's like the Conscience, I'm not sure. Printed in Paris. It's printed in 1763. Okay, it does have somebody's name right here, and it does have a little inscription here. This is absolutely beautiful rag paper, and I like this one too because the font or the text on this one is a little bit smaller, but you have a lot of pages in here, a whole lot. And this is linen rag paper. And there's kind of different weights of paper in here. And it's just because rag paper, you know, was handmade rag paper, but a lot of different, different thicknesses of paper. Like this is a little bit thinner and it's super, super soft. Like not soft as in brittle, but soft, like it almost feels like a cotton t-shirt, but it is linen rag. It's a beautiful book. Definitely love this one. And a whole big bunch of pages. This guy has 748 pages. A big, big book of paper. Rag paper for playing with, for sure. Little crumbs falling everywhere. That happens every time we do books. This is your B book. You guys can always ask for proxies. Your B book, it's lovely. An early marble paper, and it's a little lighter, which is kind of nice. This one has a little bit of worm-eaten stuff here. It's little worm-eaten spots. If you like wormy paper, from Rachel Roxy Creations, she kind of made wormy paper a thing. But some of the books that I get do have wormy paper. This one isn't very wormy. It's just a couple spots here on the first couple pages. But this one is like Principles of French Language. Rough translation. I don't actually speak French. I just guess at words that are Latin based and easy for us to figure out. Okay, so this is printed in Paris in 1780. So 1780. It's a big, big book. It has thicker paper than the last one, and it only goes to like 560, but it's very, very thick. Okay, so opening it up, stunningly beautiful. This is linen rag paper. It has different fonts in it. Here in the beginning, it's like that. Different sizes. Some beautiful decorated pages. I don't know if there are any, you know, big stamps in it. A couple different tables. There are some really pretty pages, though. See what I mean about like you try to go back and find it, and it's just so hard to find. It is beautiful, though. Okay? Beautiful. That's your B book. Your C book is this guy. He's got marble. So all the B and the C will have marble. The A and the D will have red book blocks. Okay? This guy, floral, gold. He's got a little peely up right here. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this one's paper. Ancient history. Ancient history, again, the Egyptians. This one is printed in 1767. 1767. Beautiful book. So this one might be one that Kindle wants. I'm not sure. Kindle, you will have preference this time if you come in because I kind of messed up yours last time. Maybe, you know, she may not want one. I don't know. I don't want to choose for her, but I know I have one here for her. That's why I didn't go back and correct it. She can message me later and tell me exactly what she wants, and I'll find it for her. Okay, a lot of beautiful paper. There are some decorations. I mean, those are just beautiful. I like the way it kind of looks more Egyptian, even though, you know, it's a French book. They chose beautiful stamps. And that's that. This one has well, some pages back here in the back, but 567 plus whatever's left there. Pages. These ones are probably more like 7¼ by 4½ size. They're just slightly bigger and they're definitely thicker. This one used to have a little label right here, but it's just worn off. The leather is still there. It's just the label part, this little red part, isn't there anymore. See how it's still the gold number right there? So it's still all intact. It just doesn't have red right there. Okay, opening it up. It's beautiful. Hi, Sandy. Hello, Denise. Beautiful, beautiful book. Lovely, lovely rag paper. This is, oh my gosh, I can't even translate, but you guys know. And then printed in Lyon in 1764. 1764. Oh my. Beautiful. And this rag, this paper, this is that thick, thick paper that's like the light cardstock. Very thick paper. And a very beautiful book. Love that. It does have lots of decoration. I just passed some. There's more there on those pages. There's a little here. There may be more, I don't know. It's a beautiful book, and it has about 578 pages, roughly. Okay, let's do those. So I'm going to put it in right now. If it lets me type, I am. Okay, it just went in. So there it is. And we're going to give Kendall, if she wants one, her choice. I do have more, but that bin is like, there's probably 8 left in there. Whereas we have several hundred books from the 1800s. Well, wait just a minute for Kendall. She's probably still working. You are feeling better, Rhea? That's good. Oh, yeah, I imagine. Yeah, you guys can always ask for proxies. Okay. Well, I don't see Kendall coming in. We'll work it out. Carol B was first, and she would like the C. I did a little bit. We'll see. Like I said, I always have one for her. I always have one. I can go get one off my shelf in the other room, which is my shelf, if need be. And I would not have done that. However, I know Kendall is good, and you know, we'll talk about it. Okay, then after Carol, the next one was Diana B, and she's proxying for Jenny. And Jenny says she'll take any. So we'll hang on to that for a minute. Out and back, so maybe you're better. Maybe. Yeah, she didn't have the audio. That's true, Rhea. That's true. Okay. So, Jenny, I have one for you. So Jenny, do you want to let me know which one you want? Because it seems to be open. And Carol B, let me know what this means. Me pick? Okay. I'm going to do D. I really liked it, and it had some decorations. Carol, let me know what this means. What does this mean? Or D, preferred? Well, I didn't really get that fast enough, Carol. I mean, we could switch it if Jenny wants to pick a different one, but I picked D for her, so we're going to leave A and B still available. Thank you, Ria. Thank you very much. Okay. Your first rag book? Ooh, you're going to be in heaven. It's going to become a little addiction for you. If you're talking about the D thing, I did want D as my first choice. Okay. Well, Kendall, I'm going to leave it the way I have it right now, but I will get with you and you can tell me exactly what you liked about D and I will find you one off of my personal bookshelf and give it to you. Because I just don't want to go back and fix it. It's just too hard. I will find you one you're happy with though, Kendall. I know I will. Don't stress, we'll do it. No, the new journal kit is not available yet, Sandy. It was going to be, and then I'm just not sure what we're going to do about it yet. Yes, definitely, Robin. So here's how it needs to work when you type in, and there's multiple choice. This is the way it needs to work. If you want and, make sure you put that and so like really big so I can see it. If I miss it, I might just, try to fix it, but I also don't want to take one away from somebody I just gave either. I do try though. I try my hardest. A lot of other kind of sales, they work their sale differently and you only get to pick one the first round, the first go round. I don't want to start doing it like that, but I'm just saying, at least you did get one. And then if you would please put and in all caps, that will help me see it. It's hard when I am the only person here and I don't have a moderator to kind of help out with that too. I do the best that I can, and we're using YouTube and StreamYard for things that they're not really supposed to be used for, but we do the best we can. So if you want and, please type it in all caps and kind of point it out to me. If you want or, please type in the word or. Don't like separate them or use commas or some other system of doing it. Please use the and the or words. And I know Kendall did, and I'm sorry I missed it. I will work it out with her and get it straight. The other thing is if you have a preference, like if A and B were available and you would really prefer A first, then make sure you put the A as the very first letter in your thing. Even if it was B, you put B before the A. That lets me know that you would like B before you want the A, kind of a situation. If you put any, generally, I just pick for you. But if it's where there's still a bunch available, I can ask you and you can tell me. But I do my best. I'm sorry. The new kit, when it's done, if I even do one. I'm really looking at the schedule and how much time we have left and what my holiday schedule with my family will be. And I am trying my hardest to get it done and figured out. I have the kit like all prepped, except for I wanted to go back and redo the digital. And I'm just taking my time to make sure it's good. And then I started thinking about maybe not doing one. So I'm probably going to do it, but it's not here this week. We'll hope for it to be here next week. I want to do it really bad. I want to do a Christmas journal, but I also, if we do it, just know like things are going to get super, super busy and I'm going to do my best with Craft with Me's, but I cannot guarantee that we will have it completely fully decorated in time for like gift giving at Christmas. I do feel a lot of pressure about getting those things done with you guys. And I just want to say, I'm happy to continue to do kits, but I may not actually have time to finish it and fully decorate it. I always construct it. I always make the journal, but I may not finish all the ephemera or all the little tiny finishing touches on camera with you because I just don't have time to do it. It's a priority, but so is all the other things. So please just bear with me on that kind of stuff. Kendall, it's okay. We'll work it out. We'll work it out, Kendall. Trust me, I have another one that you will equally like. Okay. Not yet, maybe next week. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. You love the bingo card kit? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so these were still available, and I think we're good with 1700s books because we left some on the table. Let's move on and go back to this, like, this canceled order situation, unpaid order, canceled order, whatever. We have these small books remaining, and we have these larger books remaining from that order. Okay, this one's upside down. So let's do some small books, and then we'll work on the bigger books. I'm just going to do all of these, and I'm going to do them in size order. Let me put this guy back together so you can see he has an illustration that's kind of come out from the beginning. This is marble paper from, I'm just going to say the front cover. It looks like it's from right here because it has it on the back. And this would go like this. And this would go like this. So he doesn't have a spine anymore. This is going to be your A book, this little guy here. You can see he has an embossed and debossed cover. And I'm going to hold it up really close. So there's checkering all the way around on the leather, and then there's embossing and debossing. And there is gold around the edge, and it is like that on the front and the back. And there's no spine because it's just gone. So you can take it apart, and you can use these as front cover decoration. Pretend that this was a journal cover. You could use this as front cover decoration just on the front cover of your journal. You could turn these by making another back cover out of, chipboard or something like that. You could turn both of these into two tiny little journals with awesome embossed covers. But since the book has already come apart for you, they go this way. I keep mixing it up. You can take it apart the rest of the way without any guilt, right? Oh my gosh, I cannot figure this one out. It's like a puzzle. Okay, so it looks like it was 800. I don't know what that means, but there's your front little pages. It's letters from Emily about mythology. Not sure. That's what it says. Mythology, letters, Emily. I'm not sure. And inside, we have that beautiful steel engraved print there, illustration there. And there's the title page. Down here, it has teeny, teeny, tiny Roman numerals. It's printed in 1826. 1826. It's a beautiful little book. Here's another steel engraving. And then we go through, and it has all these tiny little pages. More steel engravings. This one has gold on the book block. And I don't know how many engraved plates there are in here, but a few. I can feel another one. No, I can't. So a few. Oh, there's one here. It's a very tiny book, and it's hard to do on camera. Anyway, so there's a lot of pages and several, I don't know, 5 or 6 maybe engravings in that guy. That's your A. Your B is this little guy. Blue marble cover, leather spine, fenelon. This is rag paper. This one was a rag paper. It's a very thin, like Bible type rag paper page. This one is printed in 1822. He is rag paper, and he's beautiful. This is a cotton rag paper in 1822. Beautiful book. That's your B. And I will measure so that you guys know. This is your C. It's a full leather cover, leather spine, marble paper inside. Kind of looks like squished blueberries. And this one is printed in 1846. It's a lot of pages, and it has a marbled book block. And it's rag paper, and it's a lot. It's hard to thumb through. 704 pages, give or take. Big rag paper book. That is your C. Your D, this might be from the 1700s. I don't know. This is your D. It's really beautiful. Ooh, I love this marble paper. And Kendall, this might be the one for you. That might be the one for Kindle. So when they have the red printing with the beautiful black, we know that that's most often going to be a 1600s or a 1700s book. This one is an early 1700, 1759. It will fake you out and make you think it is older. The paper in this one is fabulous. Fabulous paper. Beautiful, beautiful book. Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear it? Like, this is beautiful paper. Ooh, tiny little print. See, that's one page. That's like a lightweight cardstock. That's super thick. Beautiful, beautiful book. We'll see if there's any more beauty. Yep, there is more beauty. Beauty. So yes, there's beauty in this one. I'm sure there are more. Beauty. We just saw it. There's more. Big book. Beautiful red print or text block. For page numbers. Well, there's a big table in the back, so I don't really know, but a big, big book. Let's measure them. Your tiny guy, the tiniest one, let's call him 2.5 by 4.25. 2.5 by 4.25. The B book, 3.5 by 5.75. So a little bigger than a 3 by 5 index card. And this is very small. And then 3.5 by 6. And then this is a 3.5 by 6.75. Okay. Beautifuls. I'm going to put them in French Antique Books. The A choice. We're going to do the A one because it is, a little bit of a sale. We're just going to do him for $28. Okay. The B book, I guarantee you he was not 28 the first time around. The B book is rag paper, and we're going to do it for 38. The C book is, what was he? Oh, lovely rag paper, and he was big, and 700 pages of him. We're going to do him for 40. That's a discount. And D book, now D would have been a very expensive book when we did him. He would have been much more than the 55 that we had been doing. I'm going to do him at a discount for 65 tonight. That is a discounted price. And I'm going to put him in right now. I don't know if she can see it, but I will show D one more time. Now that you guys know the prices, you can get your stuff typed in and ready to go. A big, big book of pages and lots of beauties in here. Like, here's one we didn't see before. They look like they're pretty much all baskets of flowers. And there are other decorative elements. There's some more. And there's another basket somewhere around here. I don't know if I'll find them, but there are more. Oh my gosh. Anyway, now I gave Kendall time. We're going. So you do have to come in after the go. And I know it is hard to time it. And I know some of you are just trying to time it. But so I'm going to take the first person after the go, because we always got to take the first one after the go. And I know it's hard when you guys are trying to time it. I do have more books. So if you guys want to do books tonight instead of documents, we can do that. Or we can do half and half. It doesn't matter to me. But I just put them in, and I do see that Kendall came in. A is first choice and then D. So Kendall would prefer the A book. And I'm just going to give her choice this time because I did make a boo-boo. And we might do that from now on, where if I do make a boo-boo, we just give the person choice to kind of make up for it. I don't know. I need to work out a solution. I mean, I know the real solution is to get a live moderator. That's the real solution. So we're giving Kendall, I see it, Robin. Thank you. Thank you. I know. You always got to double check me. Where's Kendall? There's Kendall's. So that's why we gave her A. Okay. And I think a lot of you are happy that she didn't take the D. So then after Kendall, Deborah Wilson wanted A and C. So we're going to give Deborah the C. Are you guys sure I'm not too loud for you? I want to check. If I'm too loud or if I'm too quiet, let me know. I changed equipment and settings. So I know when I'm closer to the keyboard, I'm closer to the microphone. So let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet, please. And sorry about the A, Deborah, but you know I always have those tiny books around here somewhere. Jerry had also wanted the A, and Mrs. E also wanted the A. Diana will take the B book. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Always nice to know that the unclaimed or unpaid for, whatever we're calling them. I keep messing up what we are really calling them. Go to new homes that appreciate them. I appreciate that. Makes me feel better about the whole situation. Okay, so after that, nobody came in for D. Oh, Deborah did down here. You're okay, Kendall. For anyone who's new here, I always have tiny books. And I always have French books. I have lots of them because I know that we like them and we like the pages out of them. So don't worry, I have more. So Deborah is also going to take the D book. Thank you, Deborah. That means none of the unpaid for things remain so far. We're doing good. There's those. I am going to test out some new equipment here a little bit later too. So hopefully if I do that, maybe it will fix some of the lag. The tinies are your favorite, Helen? Kendall does have a little tiny collection. Is it Kendall? I think it's Kendall that has the tiny. Yes, it's Kendall that has a tiny little library. She has a miniature little French library of books. Lots of you guys do now from me, but sounding good. You can turn me down. Okay. 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 Awesome, guys. The lighting is working. Thank you. Look, documents 2, Lois. Good to know. Okay. So this is the history. Thank you guys for letting me know that. This is the history of France, and this is like a children's school book. We have a lot of children's like textbooks and things like that in French. They're usually antique. This one might not be quite antique. It might be more vintage. I don't know. But we also have a bunch of those. That's the first page. That's the second page. So this one has a medieval theme. So if you're looking for pages to go in a medieval journal, that's definitely the time period that we're talking about here. And it has questions and this is the exercise portion. It has questions and I guess answers. I'm not really sure. And so it has lots of pages that are like that. Got your map in the back and a little, what do they call this? Dateline, like a timeline. My words tonight. So this is much newer. So we started out here in medieval times, and then we get all the way to war in France. I'm not sure. 1914. What's the print date of this book? Did we skip that? This one is 1933, printed in 1933. So it's truthfully 3 or 4 years, maybe, still in copyright. I would probably not let that deter me if I wanted to use something out of this book. I have had pretty good luck. A lot of it is medieval though, because right here at the end, but now we're back into much earlier times. Like that's not medieval. That's like Victorian-ish. But here we're into medieval times again. What was this one with monkeys? Did you guys see that? Doesn't that look like Planet of the Apes? I don't know what that is, guys. It might be a terrible picture. They have fur all over them. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. But anyway, it's a children. It can't be that bad. It's a children's educational book. Let's do that guy and this other big one. This one, so this is your A book. The History of France is your A. Sorry, guys. And then I got sidetracked by Planet of the Apes. We recently, my son and I, rewatched all the Planet of the Apes movies, including the latest one. This guy is a big, huge marble cover book. I had purchased a bunch of these because I was planning on using them for a nature journal. I didn't make the nature journal yet, but Tar and Feathers maybe? Oh, I don't know. It kind of really just looked like fur, but it might be Tar and Feathers. 6 1/4. That would make more sense. 6 1/4 by 9 3/4. So it's a big book. It will make a beautiful journal cover. Got marble paper inside. And then this one, it's the Lives of the Saints. And I don't know. It doesn't have a print date there, but I'm pretty sure these were like 1850s or 60s maybe books. This one is, it has some rag paper content, but it is definitely not what I would call rag paper. It has some rag fiber in it. However, it also has some of the newer fibers. You can see that it's starting to get a little tan here. This particular book does not have any crumbling or anything like that. Like you can see the pages are fine. I would still be able to use these pages in a journal if I wanted to. Like there's nothing fragile or anything like that about it. It's just not the traditional rag paper that we're used to. And it's a big, big book, 670 something pages. Okay, let's do A and B on these. The marble cover, it's good. It's really good. Okay, so French books. We're gonna do A, which is the children's book, and let's do him for 25. That's a little discount. And we'll do B for, I think we did B. I'm gonna do him for 28. I know that is a deal, but that's what we're happening tonight. That's what we're doing. Oh, I forgot to wait a second. 25 and 28. That's kind of a lot of gorgeous French things for that price point. Because books are really heavy and they're quite expensive to have shipped to me from France. Okay. So, there's my go. First in is Robin. I'm glad you were able to get one, Robin. And the next person in is Jenny, and she's saying any. The passionate sticker haul, you were right underneath, Jenny. And I do go in order, and they get time stamped and pulled over from YouTube into StreamYard and put in the correct order for me. I know on your device, on everyone's device, it shows them in a different order. So if Jenny looked at her device, she's going to be in a different place than if Robin looked at her device. The reason why that happens is because you guys are in YouTube and you are commenting in YouTube, and I stream to multiple platforms like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I stream through a service called StreamYard. One of the benefits of StreamYard is they pull over all the comments and they timestamp them down to, like, I don't know what it is, but a very accurate timestamp. And then they put them in the correct order for me to look at in StreamYard. So I'm calling them from StreamYard, which is the accurate timestamp that everyone came in under. Jenny's like, give it to her. If you want to give it to her, we will give it to her. She didn't say anything, but we'll give it to her. She said B, but it wasn't like she's complaining or anything. Unfortunately, I don't know how you are in the computer, but we'll just put you in with your YouTube name for now. Okay. There we go. Jenny, that was super nice of you to share. Super nice of you. Thank you so much. So, Passionate Sticker Haul, you now have, there's her thanking you, the book. That's awesome. Okay. So, these blue books, we had a whole collection of these. There was like 13 or something like that. Sorry. There was 13 or something like that in the beginning. These are the only two that are still here. Let me double check that. The only two that are still here, and it's because this person claimed two, and you guys took all that was left. They're water drop silk patterned front and back covers. They have a little scuffing to them, and I've talked about this before. So what this little kind of, aging is here, it's from the books being slid in and out of a shelf, like a bookshelf, and where the book covers rub together, that just kind of puts a little wear there. In the past, if this bothered me and I wanted to correct it, which, we want our books to look a little old anyway, but in the past, what I was able to do is just take a little ink, either like a water brush pen and a little bit of Tim Holtz ink or something, color match it off of the book cover, get the correct color cover, and then you can go in and just kind of paint over the little scuff marks. All it needs is a little color put on that. You can even put a little wax on it, like just paste wax, like you would wax your furniture at home with. And that oftentimes is enough to cover that up if it bothers you. But this is water drop silk cover. And see, it's kind of like the rings where if you think of a pool of water and the water drops in, it kind of leaves those rings. That's kind of what it's doing there. This is the spine. They're both exactly the same covers. Obviously, it's a different edition in each book. Gotta find the light. But anyway, we did these random when we did them. They both have purple marble paper on the inside. And then that's what it opens up to be. That's the title page. It's printed in 1835. Lots of beautiful foxing in here. That's all gorgeous foxing. And these books are a really nice size. So if you wanted some larger pages, there is quite a bit of foxing. But if you wanted some larger pages, this is a great size book for that. I'll measure them for you. Some pages have no foxing. Some pages have a lot. It just depends. A lot of times the plates were printed on a non-acid-free paper because they didn't know about acid-free back then, or acid in general. And sometimes the ones closest to the plate will have more foxing on them. But there are a couple different plates in the book. Each book is different. The same but different. There's 400 pages in this one. There is some foxing and there is some plates in here. Look at the tissue paper to cover the plate. There's where your foxing's coming from. She's not covered. Looks like maybe she just had a baby. I'll cover up that part of her, but looks like maybe she just had a baby. Her top is uncovered. I'm not really sure what was going on, but it kind of looks like that. And there's another plate here. Let's see if this one is more appropriate. Probably not. But anyway, that's the books. It doesn't really matter. I will AB them just because I went ahead and showed them to you. But honestly, they're pretty much the same. Size-wise, for the first one, or for either of them, we're at 5 1/4 roughly by 8 1/2. So perfect journal size. 5 1/4 by 8 1/2 is pretty much perfect, right? So there we go. We're going to type those in. Good night, Sandy. Thanks for joining. So, Passionate Sticker Haul, do you want that book for sure? Yes or no? And I think you do, but yes or no? And I'll make sure before we move on. And let me type in these books. Blue, water drop, cover books. They're French and they're antique from 1830. And we're going to do them for 40. I think they might have been 45. I think, I'm not sure. And there's the go. Rochelle Young, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That will help me when it comes time to invoicing. Rochelle Young, thank you. Okie dokie. There's the go. And first person in is Deborah. And she's going to take the B book. Thank you. Looks like you all want the B book. Diana, oops, it jumped. Sorry. Diana. Well, good to know. Good to know. Diana will take the A book. Thank you, guys. So that took care of all the unpaid for books. Except for, now we have ledgers. Let's move on to ledgers, and we will do this little French needlepoint book too, just because it was in her order. So we'll do that too. Let me open up the ledgers. It's going to be lots of crinkling. There's that one. I'm so glad we're here doing this instead of watching the news or something else terrible. So glad. This is a very large, heavy ledger. And this is the super old ledger. Super old ledger. Okay. So I will be reducing the price on these because they were unclaimed. You can see, and I'll show them all in detail. You can see this is a vellum animal skin cover, and someone's done some little math figures on here. And there's lots of these little curly Q squigglies that they put at the bottoms of pages. So there's that one. This is a really large, and I have a lot of ledgers that we're going to get to tonight too. This is a really large, nice condition. It's a black cloth ledger. I'm kind of out of room over there. Let me move those. Really nice, large ledger. It has ephemera inside of it. I don't know if this is the back or the front, but it does have ephemera. This is a large calendar page. And it's from 1937 calendar page in here. It's upside down, so this is actually the back. Goes like this. You open it up on the inside. It does have a bookmaker's label. Most of the better quality ledgers do have a bookmaker's label. This is super thick cardstock, hand marbled paper. This book is from 1924. It starts in December 1924 or 26. 24 or 26. Don't know. And it has a ton of pages. All of the pages are the same, laid out with this beautiful kind of, header at the top, the columns down the sides. And the handwriting in this one is stunning. I remember this one now. And I remember it because of the handwriting. So this is what the top of it looks like. And the top is like that on every single page. But look at the handwriting. The handwriting is stunning in this one. Someone had very, very nice penmanship. And they wrote tiny, tiny little numbers. And at the bottom of the page, there's actually the totals, just like it should have been filled out. This is a beautiful ledger. Beautiful. And super big because we're at like 500 pages. Yeah, we're at 500 pages. So if you want 500 French ledger pages, and these are thick pages. These are really thick, nice, sturdy pages. It's a lightweight cardstock. 500. Every single page is written on. Every single page is beautiful. Every page is completely full, top to bottom. That's a gorgeous one. I will offer him and I will discount him because he was unpaid for. And he's a good size too. Like you easily can put these pages into a journal, a ledger. Oh my gosh, a journal. The French call ledgers journals. It gets stuck in my head. Okay, so size-wise for your page and your page alone, it is 10 inches wide by 10 by 15 and a quarter. So that means when you use pages, if you want to put these in a ledger, oh my gosh, if you want to put these pages in a journal, what I would do is cut the page in half. So cut the page in half like here, and then you're going to get out of every single one of these pages in this ledger, you're going to get 2 for a journal. So cut it in half, about halfway here, and then you're going to fold it to go into your signature, and you're going to get a nice, beautiful, symmetrical side on this side and a nice, beautiful, symmetrical side on that side. And then the top portion, you're going to get the beautiful headers up there at the top. They're beautiful pages. And if you cut them in half, you're really getting 1,000, because it's a 500 page ledger. You're getting 1,000 pages of ledger to add to your signatures. That's a whole lot of pages, right? I mean, it's 500 numbered pages, so I guess, you got to take that into consideration. But it's a gigantic, thick ledger. I hope you guys can see. It's gorgeous. Let's do it. I'm going to type it in. Oh my gosh. I've moved everything in here. And I just bumped something. Okay, so for this one, it would have been really helpful to know what the original price is. I'm thinking he was probably $8.50. I could look it up, but I'm not going to pull up the whole Square app while we're doing it. I'm going to do this one at a discounted price of $700 for 500 pages. Like that, you really cannot do that anywhere else. It's from the 1920s. It's the kind with the headers at the top. The paper is super sturdy. You guys saw me show you the edges of the paper. The pages are super sturdy. There's nothing that's, you know, brittle or falling apart or anything like that. There was the little calendar page at the back. I don't know if there's anything else stuck in here. I didn't see anything else, but I don't know. And the handwriting is super, super nice in this one. Not all of the ledgers have the fancy, good penmanship. And so, you know, sometimes you want a messier one for a different purpose. But for this one, it's awesome. I see this one has a Paris address. Several Paris addresses. It's a beautiful book. So, you know, we'll give someone a shot at this one. You know, it's something where you might buy one whole French ledger and that might get you through your entire junk journal career, or someone might want to buy it. And I've told you guys this for forever. If you guys buy something from me, you are welcome to break this ledger apart, for instance, and sell page packs. You guys are welcome to do whatever it is that you want to do with it. So a lot of people that buy whole ledgers from me, even the books that we were just doing, they buy the whole book and they buy the whole ledger and they take it apart and they'll keep however many pages or their favorite pages out of it. And then they will make packs up of the rest so that they can recover their money and still have what they want to play with, or maybe they make a profit. It depends on how they want to price their stuff. But a lot of people do that, and it never hurts my feelings when you guys do. It's totally fine. Like, it's encouraged for you guys to share just like I'm sharing. So that's that guy. He looks like he's going to stay with me. I'm not sad to have him back. I mean, I like them to go to good homes, but oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If Darla wins, she's going to buy somebody a ledger. That's awesome. Okay. So we'll keep him as still available. And I will look up on the invoice and make sure, but I know it was a $3,000 invoice, so I'm assuming he was probably pretty hefty on that invoice. Okay. Yeah, some people want paper pack out of it, and I get it. I don't take them apart very often. I have a bunch that I have taken pages out of. We have ledger pages, just a single ledger pages tonight too, or single folio, so you get two, depending on which ledger. But I do have just French ledger pages for you guys tonight too. So this ledger is the other one that I haven't shown. We have the animal skin one back here. The animal skin and this one were very expensive ledgers. This one is the one from the teacher, and I don't know. This is the front. Okay. So if you guys remember this one, those of you that were here that night, we can take that down. This one is the one from the school, and it was like a teacher's record of attendance and grades. It has a blue cover and it has a green spine. I'm trying to show you the whole thing, but it won't fit really in camera because it's a very tall, long ledger. So this one is a landscape format, right? So it opens wide like this. It has an index down the side with all of the ABCs. And this is a rag paper ledger. The rag paper is a slight blue tint to the rag paper. This is from 1818, so it's extremely early. And this was used by a teacher to keep track of her students and their attendance or grades or something like that. I believe I think it's that. I have seen other ones laid out exactly like this that were that. So if you're into the blue rag papery stuff, this is a slight, I think you guys can see, maybe you cannot see. The whole thing kind of looks blue. It's blue tinted rag paper. And when I say rag paper, I mean this is thick rag paper. the kind that was handmade, and it probably has a watermark in it. We haven't really looked for a watermark yet, but it probably has a watermark in it. And so it has the names and the age, and I don't know what the other things are. And then it's numbered 1 through 8, and it has like grades or something in there, and some little notes over here. Observation. It has 2 people on here. One of them was 14 and one of them was 12. Says something about the monastery of the Alps. So I'm assuming this was a teacher, and this was their, yes. Well, French ledger, pretty much all the time, all day long, any day, all the time. You can get at least, for what even the junkiest French ledger page is, $5. And if you look on Etsy, you can see people selling French ledger pages for one single page for $25, and it's just a random French ledger that I have 20 of sitting here. So people ask different prices, and in different marketplaces things go for different amounts of money, but French ledger is the most desirable ledger there is. And so for 500 pages in the ledger, it's pretty easy to recoup that and then make a decent profit. Anyway, we're gonna do this ledger. This ledger has the little boxes on the page, so the whole entire page is lined like this. And the fact that it's already done in a landscape format means for us that make journals, it's preferable to have our pages, the page orientation, remain the same. A lot of times you'll have to turn your ledger to put it into a journal, and then all your writing is sideways. These ones you get to keep exactly as they are, and they also are long enough where you can make great flip outs. So size wise for these ones, they're very long, 14 inches. Let's just say 14 inches by 9 3/4. So a great size page. You can do envelopes. You can do larger projects out of this. Again, you could fold it and make flip outs. You could also do a flip flop journal with this as the cover, or covering the cover. This is rag paper. It's very thick and sturdy, but you can see if you have a 14 wide page, if you're going to do a Z fold and then sew your envelopes in, you could definitely make a flip flop journal out of this. So she's written, or someone has written, I'm just assuming it's she as a teacher, has written on some of them and then not on others. Some pages are completely filled in. Like this one, there was, I don't know, 25-ish students here. And the students on this one, their ages are 13, 16, 7, 13, 10, 9. Here's a 7 again, an 8, an 11, a 15, 8, 6. So some students as young as 6. Here's one whose age is 5. So definitely a teacher book. There's even students' names on the back of that page. So as you go through, and again, they're laid out with their alphabets. So this one starts with C, and you've got a list here of students and names. For the D one, it's filled out, but there are no entries for D. F has no entries. And then, I'm sorry, E had no entries. F is filled out, and so on and so forth. So you go through the whole entire book. The pages aren't numbered in this one, so I can't tell you how many pages, but per alphabet letter, there are several pages in each individual section. So there's quite a few pages in there. And it's a rag paper ledger from 1818. The older the ledger, the fancier the handwriting. And definitely, if it's made out of rag paper, I'll drive up the cost. All right, so I'm putting it in. Okay. So let's go ahead and type this one in. French teacher's ledger, rag paper, 1818. And I know he was probably $850, $900. I know he was super expensive. We are going to offer him at $700 today. And there he is. You know, a lot of people have, shops on Etsy and whatever, and a lot of your pricing depends on how successful your Etsy store is. If you have a small Etsy store and you don't do much to promote it, things on Etsy, you have a lot of competition because there are a lot of people with shops on Etsy. You really have to go out and self-promote your Etsy store to drive traffic to yourself. Unless you have one of those super trendy products on Etsy, which generally they're not old products. If they're super trendy, they're like something like you saw on TikTok or whatever. A lot of stuff, is just like made in China stuff, but it gets popular because of TikTok videos or whatever. I don't have TikTok. I'm not promoting TikTok. I'm just saying, so a lot of the pricing depends on how successful, how popular, how much traffic your Etsy shop gets. Those, we all know there are really popular shops on Etsy and they do ask a premium for their stuff. If it's a digital shop, for instance, we all know that some digital shops price their digitals at a lot of money and other people price their digitals at $1.99. So it just depends, right? A lot of factors go into pricing as far as selling ledger pages. All right. So there's that one. At least I offered it one more time. I know when I offered it originally, somebody was interested other than this person, and this person came in before them. I can rewatch that video and reach out to that person, but generally when I offer it at a discount price, I just do it here. And there's that guy up close again. So because it's 1818, you can tell the handwriting is also super fine. Let me show you a page with lots of handwriting. So like, there's the writing on that. It's beautiful. So see where it says the name and then some information and an age column. And then there's the rest of it. You know how like report cards used to have that little section, like the observation section reminds me of this little section where your teacher would like make notes about, I don't know, loses attention quick or something like that. So there's that guy. He'll still stay with me. And if anyone rewatches and wants to come in later, you can always purchase the more expensive items privately. If you don't feel comfortable purchasing it publicly, you can always reach out to me in Facebook Messenger. That's the easiest and fastest way. You could also send me an email. But the higher dollar items, some people aren't comfortable purchasing while live. You can always reach out to me privately and say that you want it in Messenger or in email. That works too. And you can just tell me teacher's ledger or the 500-page ledger. This ledger right here has a vellum animal skin cover. It's super, super old. It was covered with actual vellum. So like, you know how the Declaration of Independence is on animal skin? A lot of times they're called parchments or vellums. A lot of people kind of now they're kind of interchangeable, but a lot of it has to do with what type of animal skin it was, like if it was sheepskin or pigskin or whatever. This is just vellum animal skin cover. It has all of that detail that I showed you earlier, where they've done little math calculations on it. It's beautiful and it's super old, and we all know how expensive vellum is. The little squigglies, like they would write on, you guys will see them in antique documents. Do I have one right here? Kind of. So in antique documents, a lot of times they will have like at the bottom of the document, they'll make like a little squiggly. And that just meant that there was no other, information on that page. Like no one could come in later and add to the legal document. So they were practicing their little squigglies, or they were just bored making little squigglies. This is a very large ledger. I didn't measure that last one either. Or yes, I did. I measured the page. So this one is 17.5 inches tall. 17.5 inches tall by 11. I mean, the pages are 11.5. 17.5 by 11.5. It's a very big ledger. So like a oversized legal document or a double page is 11 by 17. That's roughly what this is. It does have some antique blue, so the blue paper that you all love. It does have some documents here in the front that are that lovely blue paper. Beautiful blue. Here's one that just has nothing but numbers down it. It looks like it probably goes this way. Yes. The paper is upside down, but lovely blue numbers all over. Look at that one. Like just scanning some of these random math calculations would make a beautiful digital. So it's upside down this way, but it's right side up that way. Here's the actual document part. And it looks like it's a record of either people's names or some type of event, like maybe births or something, all in 1826 on this document. And so this over here is all that Robin's Egg Blue paper too, and it is all super, super old. So this is Robin's Egg Blue here, and it is a record. And see, I don't remember what it was a record of, but record, it's a ledger. It's got calculations over here, like prices over here. I don't know what the date is yet, but we'll find it together. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I remember why this was so expensive. It's a whole entire ledger, an actual ledger on Robin's Egg Blue paper. So Kendall, close your ears. It's a good thing your ears are closed. You can't hear. Kendall loves the Robin's Egg Blue, as many of you guys do. It does have wormy eaten paper in it, which is awesome. Just a little tiny bit. My favorite way. Not too much, but just a little bit. And it's super nice Robin's Egg Blue rag paper. It has a watermark in it. I can see it on the pages. There is a little bit of wear in this beginning section on the page edge. But it's a ledger. It's dated 1826 there on that page. And all of the paper is that Robin's Egg Blue gorgeousness. And it's sturdy and beautiful. Even with the worm-eaten little section here and that little wear, it is super sturdy and beautiful paper. I don't know how many pages, but can you guys see the blue color? Let me get a white label. Well, I'm trying to get a white label. Perhaps I will not be able to, but if I had something white, like this is creamy color. Can you guys see how blue this paper is against the creamy color? If I held up bright white, you would definitely see the blue, but it is a beautiful blue. So a gigantic ledger in Robin's Egg Blue. It's all Robin's Egg Blue. It's all early and beautiful. So there's a couple pages that have fancy writing, kind of like, I don't know, an index page or something like that, telling you which page it's on. Ooh, super tiny writing. Look at the way that they wrote the number up there at the top. It's super early. Okay, guys, well, you know, you just got hundreds of pages of plus ephemera of Robin's Egg Blue, some blanks even. It's some type of ledger for somebody's business. This is their page, and this one person started shopping in 1811 and finished shopping in 1836, or closed their account in 1836. It's a business ledger, and so they were making additions and subtractions to their account. I don't know any other information. I probably did it the time I sold it. I'll go back and rewatch my own video. But there is some ephemera in here. More account pages. I think you guys can see the robin's egg blue color though. Good night, Denise. Thanks for joining. More ephemera. So lots of ephemera and lots of pages. Look at all of that. Yes, this is like the last couple pages. Yes, it's got some wear on it, but it is beautiful. Really beautiful. And I like the fact that most of it is written on, but there are a couple right here, a couple blank pages in that little section. And then we go all the way back here and we have writing everywhere else. Okay. Who wants, I love this ledger, Susan. It's one of two, only two that I have that are in, both of them are in vellum. Both of them have the robin's egg blue paper inside of them. I already started taking pages out of the other one. I'm not going to disassemble this one. He'll stay whole. But one of only two. Robin's egg blue rag paper. Goodness, you got the trifecta here. Robin's egg blue rag paper, French ledger. I am going to do him for, I'm going to just stick with $700. I know we've been stuck on that, but we're going to go with it. I'm sure if I look him up, he was probably like a good $950. And I will do that. Okie dokie. I'm going to make a note right now to myself, and I need to look up Jenny's invoice for the lace pillow. Before I forget, I need to make myself that note. If he stays, I will not be sad. Okie dokie. Let me just keep him. He's beautiful. So this person bought all the best ones that we were showing that night. This is the little French blue embroidery book. It was made in Paris by this brand. And it was a thread brand. So we have thread. We either have or had thread made by this company. And so this is their little fold out. This is the back cover. It's just loose now. It probably was right here, but it came off. And that's what you get. So I don't know. The camera's kind of going crazy looking at the pattern, but it's beautiful. You can scan it and turn this into digitals. I think it would be amazing to just scan this and print this out. Like, I want this as a journal card, but I also want that as a journal card. Like all of these as a journal card. It'd be so fun. So anyway, you've got that on one side and the back side is blank. The back cover is right here. And I know that this guy was $25 when we did him. We will do him at a discount. I know I shipped your other box today, Alice. Your Italian paper. Let's do this little French blue. It might be needlepoint. I'm just going to call it needlework. I think it's cross stitch. I don't know. Maybe it's needlepoint. Anyway, we're doing it for 20 this time instead of the 25. And I just have the 1. And there it is. Let me move these ledgers so I don't have to step over them. There we go. Well, lots of me's on that one. Okay. So first in was Deborah. There were two of these the first night that I showed them. They were both different. They didn't have the same stuff inside. Maybe Deborah was even lucky enough to get the other one. I don't remember. But there's that. Cool. So now we can do more books. What time is it? Let's do books for a little bit, then we'll get to the other things. Or do you want to do ledger pages or books? Do you want to do ledger pages or books? I'll ask you. You did not get the other one? Well, at least you got this one. I was just checking to see so that you could have the whole set. I was curious, I guess I should say. Yay, scan it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, an electrical storm. Good night, Joanne. Stay safe. Good night. Thank you so much for joining. Okie dokie. I don't see anybody saying anything. So I'm going to pull some different books and we're going to go with books for a little bit. Then we will do some documents and then we will do some ledger pages. We did 1700s books for a while. Let's do some that aren't 1700s. I gotta clean up this mess. Crunchy plastic bags. Okay. So let's do these books. And then we'll do some pretty documents. So I just pulled some random books. I will try to make some piles that are similar. But he can stay. He can stay. And this one. So it looks like I've got two leather cover ones that are about the same size. Four leather cover ones that are about the same size. Let's offer these. They're all about 4 inches. Yep, 4 inches by 7 inches. So similar size to what we did earlier, and probably, I think these are 1800s ones. They're in the 1800s bin anyway. So here's what they all look like on the spine. They're all the same size. I'm just holding them crooked, but there's the spines. You can see this one right here is a little bit dry on the spine. You can add some wax to kind of rejuvenate that. Because it's leather is an animal skin, you can add wax. We're basically like adding lotion to skin, but don't put lotion on it. Put wax on it like furniture polish wax. Okay, the A book is this guy. He has an ink stain right here where somebody spilled ink on him. You can see it almost looks burned, but it is ink. All right, and open up. We have rag paper. This is a 1700s book. It's in the wrong bin. I don't know why it's in that bin. But anyway, it's a 1700s book. And it's printed in Paris, and it's 1784. 1784. It's beautiful rag paper. It's got marbled book block. It's just gorgeous rag paper. Couple little pretties in here though. Just gorgeous rag paper and some pretties. Lots of pretties. So that's the A book. I was trying to pull them where they would be the same, but we have that one of 1700s. B is this guy here. He has a circle, a perfect circle on him. I don't know what happened there, but it's actually somebody drew or kind of scored. Do you see the pattern there? Just a little pattern there. And then he's got some writing in here, a little bit of ink spilling. This one is printed in 1811, which is in the correct bin, but he has lovely rag paper with a smaller print on it, and I like that. And what's funny is he actually has ink spilled on him too. So I don't know if they were at the same place or what. But anyway, we have rag paper book with a lovely inscription in the back. And the inscription is dated. Well, I don't know if it's a date, but there's an inscription there. It looks like it was dated 1727, which doesn't make any sense because the book is printed in 1811. But there's B. Just lovely rag paper. Your C book has a gorgeous cover. And looks like at one point he was 60 francs. I'm not sure. And he's printed in 1821. And he has gorgeous rag paper. It is more of a whiter color rag paper, which generally means it has more cotton in it. It feels softer like cotton, so it's probably cotton rag paper. And he has a whole lot of pages. Just a big bunch of beautiful cotton rag paper pages, about 440 of them. And that's your C book. And your D book. I can try to find some smaller ones. Your D book is one of these. I think we had one similar to this before. He is the history, ancient something, not sure. And it's printed in 1813, 1815 or 13. Has an inscription here with people's names. I think we had the other one of these was in that canceled order. That's kind of interesting. He has a pull-out map that is beautiful. Look at that old pull-out map. And this is rag paper. It's gorgeous. The map, it says plan something Syracuse to Athens, maybe. And on the map, maybe, well, I don't want to guess. It looks like it might be something in Greece. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful rag paper. You guys can Google Translate. Beautiful rag paper. And that's your D book. Okay. So A, because he's 1700s, he's different. But B, C, and D, I will do all for the same price. And let's do A, and let's do him at 50. He can be discounted even though he was not a unpaid order. But just because we already sold some at that price, we will stick at 50 for him. He's gorgeous. He did have decoration. And then let's do B. Well, the rest we'll just do B through D. Let's do them for D has pull-up map though. Let's do them for 40 and somebody will just get lucky and get the pull-out map. It's beautiful. The pull-out map, you can definitely scan him and then turn him into digital, but he's also awesome just to frame. If you just want a little, framed, because he's that rag paper, it looks like really, really old, like a ancient scroll kind of a deal. The rag paper texture is so nice. If you guys aren't familiar, you will love it. There was my go. First in is Robin, and she wanted the A book. Thank you, Robin. And then next in, was Deborah, and she wants the C book. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. And then after that, we have B and D left. Diana B would like the D. Thank you, Diana. That left us with B. Nobody wanted B for 40. And Maria, sorry, honey, you were just C or D, and all I have left are B. This is B. It's beautiful linen rag paper. It does have a little bit of writing. It was printed in 1811, so it's very early. And if you want the textured rag paper, this is the guy. And he has a gorgeous inscription back there. But the texture of this rag paper is awesome. And that was him. Okay. Moving on. Let's put him right here in case somebody asks for him later. We have two that are slightly different. So I'm going to put them in the same round together. This guy is a religious book. It's kind of like a prayer book. I don't know that it's a Bible. I think it's more of a prayer book. And this guy does not have his spine on him, but he has gorgeous covers. And so inside, I feel like we're upside down. We are. Inside, as I was saying, inside we have this lovely fall orange marble paper. Perfect for right now. Like, just think about scanning that for your fall journal. Apparently he was 60 francs at one point. I'm not sure. Examples of celebrations, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know. We have this picture. It doesn't look like celebrations to me. Printed in Paris in 1823. Lovely thick rag paper. Different kinds of text here or there. Couple little pictures. Keep flipping past it. Oh my. It's going to be one of those nights. A nice medieval scene of someone falling off the wall to the soldiers with spears. I don't know what this book is actually about, but it's pretty interesting paper. There are many pictures, because here's another picture. Another military battle picture. There are some more back here. I can feel them. Right there. Here's another one. So several pictures. And he's a big book with, well, he's got thick paper, so he's 400 pages, but he's big. There's that guy. Your next one. So he was A. Your next one, and I won't do too many more books, is this guy. And you can see he's got like a little ink stain or some kind of stain right here on his cover. Kind of looks like alcohol ink stain. He's got hubs on his spine. Night, Susan. Thanks for joining. And inside it's water drop. Let me hold this to the light. Can you see water drop? It's white, kind of ivory water drop silk, textured. I can't get it to show, but I think it's just kind of, it's white and it's just blowing it out on camera. But anyway, it's water drop silk end papers. You can see the little watermark does go through to the pages. This is how the book opens up. This is the picture. The first picture you see. See, I still think my lighting is too bright. This is printed in 1872. This imitation of Jesus Christ. I'm sure it means something a little different. There are prayer cards inside. Ooh, a lacy prayer card. He has nice prayer cards inside of him. Okay, so he is not rag paper in 1870s. Like some people would probably call that rag paper. It's more of a thicker Bible paper. You know how Bible paper is usually very, very thin? This is thicker. It has quite a number of pages, obviously. But what you're all going to care about are the prayer cards. And so this is the first prayer card. It's a lacy. See, it is too white. Let me change the lighting one more time. It's just not gonna work for me. It's too bright. Does that make it worse? It does. Hang on. There we go. That's a little better for me. I don't know if it's better for you. You guys will let me know. But now you can kind of see the lace. And it is lace cut out. It's just got a back to it also. So it's kind of like embossed and stuck together. But that's the first prayer card. And this is an antique prayer card. And then this next prayer card that I can, feel with my finger is this guy. And it says it's a souvenir of communion. And it's beautiful. And then let's see if there's anything else in here. A whole lot of beautiful pages in that picture. And then that's the back of the communion prayer card. I want to try to keep these prayer cards kind of like where they were in the book. So that's those two. And then there is something else in here. Here's another prayer card. There's that one. And there's that. And it was dated 1889, that prayer card. So after that one, we have this picture. I'm trying not to miss any or drop any because I can see and feel this one is like a celluloid one. So there's quite a few prayer cards in here. So let's just skip ahead to this one. This is your traditional lacy edge one. Beautiful. And then I don't think there's any more. Sometimes there's little bookmarks in here though, so I do try to look. This one is also a souvenir of communion. And it doesn't have a date that I can see on the back of that one. These are all very antique though. Nothing that is after 1900s thus far. Here's another picture. Perfect for Christmas time. It's the perfect book for Christmas time. Then there's some little prayer books or prayer cards in here. Little paper ones. And then we get to the celluloid one. The celluloid one is actually made out of very early, it's called, celluloid. It's an antique plastic. And in France, they actually made little postcards out of them too. But this is a prayer card, and I'm holding it in an angle because it's gold. And so it will flash the camera. That's that one. And on the back, it's signed. It's a souvenir. A lot of times when people came to France and they visited all of the cathedrals, they would get a prayer card from each one as kind of a souvenir. This is the next prayer card. This is the next one that I can see. And we have another lace edge one. The corner is here. It's just folded over. So I'm not going to unfold it right now, but you can unfold it when you get it home. It's a Sacred Heart lace edge prayer card. And it looks like that's it. But that was a good number of prayer cards and lots of really nice ones. So I will price them accordingly because of prayer cards. And that's A and B. A was also nice. Don't forget about A. I also have a collection of them, Robin. They are very pretty. Mine have German scrap on them. Do yours have German scrap on them? I think that's usually how they were decorated. We're going to do these antique book A, and A is just going to be 40. We've been doing them for 40. That one has those pictures in it. Okay. And then the B, and we're just going to say prayer book. Prayer book with prayer cards. And we're going to do that one for 80. And it's mostly to do with prayer cards. Yes, you get a beautiful book of paper to use, but it's also prayer cards. I don't know if I have any of those in here. There used to be one sitting in the front of this tote box, but I took it out apparently. Well, that's that. It looks like we're going to get to end our sale early tonight, guys. We can just hang out a little bit too. We don't always have to sell things. But it looks like we can end it a little bit early. It doesn't look like we need to go on and on for 5 hours. Let me put these books away. And I know there is a whole lot going on out there, like, you know, in the world and all of that kind of stuff. So let's do a couple of documents because I know some people were waiting for them. I will offer a couple just because people have been here and, you know, they may have been waiting for them. And I don't want to say I'm doing documents and then not do documents. So let's do this guy. Let's do this guy first. He's a French antique document. He's dated 1816 up here. He's tied with string, top and bottom. This is the way they bound the documents. Roxy Fiber Art. I do not have paper packs. I have ledger pages single, but I am not going to do those tonight. I am going to do the documents because I said I would, and people were asking for them. But we are slowing down, and I just don't feel like we're going to need to spend 5 hours doing a live sale tonight and kind of grinding it out when we can just come back another day when more people feel like, you know, being here, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, but I see that our numbers have dropped off significantly, and I know there's a lot going on and it's a busy time. Plus there was a time change and this isn't my normal Tuesday, but let me just offer a couple documents because maybe people were waiting for them. And I did say that's what we were doing tonight. This is the back page. We will come back and have more live sales. I have live sales every week, so no big deal. None at all. We can also just hang out. Like I could go get crafting stuff if we really just wanted to hang out. I'm totally fine with that too. In fact, the crafting stuff was in here because I wasn't sure if we were even going to do a live sale today because I wasn't sure how many people would show up because, you know, it's a Monday. So totally good. Now I know, but we tried. Let's do this document. So it's beautiful, beautiful handwriting from 1816 from France. And the front pages, they all have a stamp on the front page and then the back half of this document. So the way that these documents are made when they're folded like this is one sheet of paper. This whole entire thing is one sheet of paper. And generally, the the front document would get it's got an embossed seal and a stamp. And then this is the other paper, and the front of it has a stamp and a seal. And then it has an extra page back here in the back. So it's got its red court stamp, and it's got its little notary fees. These are all the legal fees. I do have paper packs, just not tonight. Oh, you mean onion skin packs, maybe. That might be what you were asking about. Onion skin, yes, but random paper, not so much. Not for tonight. So it does have watermark in it. I don't know if you guys can see the watermark, but there's a watermark there in the center and a whole nother page. So it's 6 pages total. 6 pages total, and kind of 2 of them are the back part of the page. Like this is technically the end, but then they added on another document with more signatures and figures. So you can see they wrote like little signature and notes here and signature here. And then this was the signature and fees there and the court stamps. So let's do this one quick. I don't know how long I will stay on, to be honest. I just don't know. If I'm being truthful, I am in a lot of pain right now, and I'm just trying to get through it. So let's offer this document. We had him on before, and he was 42. I'm covering up someone's name there, but we had him on before, and he was 42. It's not like he was initially claimed, but I think I wrote him the wrong name on him or something like that. So he was 42. I'm going to leave him priced at 42 because he is 6 pages. So 6 pages. I know I am in a lot of pain, and I've been trying to just be good about it, but we'll be all right. So every time I do a live sale, I work the whole day until we get to the live sale. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. French document, and he was dated 1816. And he's 42, and there's the go for him. Oh my gosh. I will definitely leave early, so that the fact that we're not staying the full 5 hours doesn't break my heart tonight. We came, we did some. I got that unpaid order unpacked. That was a good thing. We tested out and made sure that the microphone's working, but unfortunately the video and the audio are not synced up. So I need to figure out that, but just a couple of things. I can't really sit and do a live sale. It doesn't work because this is a standing desk. And if you sit in the chair, it is too low to actually show you guys items or grab items to show you. We're good. So we did that one. I offered him. Let's do the onion skin packs. Some people did ask about those. I don't know if those people are still here, but let me do them. Oh, I'm going to. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Don't worry. The onion skin packs from, where did I put the ones from the last time we did them? Hang on a second. They're out in the hall. Okay, I grabbed some other goodies while I was out there. Uh-oh. I just tripped over a ledger. Happens a lot in here. Now the dog's barking. I grabbed the French check packs. I grabbed the few packs of invoices that were left over. So there's a few packs of French invoices that were left. There's these ephemera packs. It says there's 9 here. So these ones have a variety of French handwritten documents. There's some ledger. There's a couple of the legal documents and some other kind of French handwriting. So this was like a French handwriting ephemera pack. And it says there's 9. I didn't grab onion skin. I thought onion skin was in this pile. Let me look for onion skin. Let me see. Let me see if I can find onion skin. Yeah, right here. Okie dokie. Makes sense. I put it in the onion skin pack bin. I just didn't think I did because the rest of this stuff wasn't in there. But this is packs of onion skin. There's 10 sheets in every pack. I'll kind of run through and show you, just because they're not in the book anymore and I can't flip through them. I will open up a pack, but I'm just kind of showing you like some of these. See the way this one is written? It's actually 4 individual small letters. And this one is 2. It's like a letter that's kind of broken in half here. So they're in different formats in these packs. Like here's one, one little letter here, one little letter here, one little letter here. Or this might have been a 2-page letter and there's the front and back and a 3rd page. This one is kind of a different format. Most of the time when I find these, you get one full page of writing. This one has it all broken up into different little formats. So let's look at a page or a pack. And I'm just going to sell what I have right here because I don't know where the actual book is or if there are more. So this one is 1 sheet. They're French onion skin. So they're thin and they're transparent. Like you can see my hand through there. And it's all original handwriting. What they did is, they press the letters in the book and that's how they get the letter, the ink from the letter on the onion skin. So they're original letters. I get that question a lot because they're like copies of letters, but they're not like a Xerox. They didn't have Xerox in 1800s. They're made from the original letter and the ink on the original letter. So this particular book had a little bit of more, the ink was a little more flowy. Do you guys see it? The way that this is kind of how the ink is in this book. It's really, really cool. You can take these and Xerox them, but I just have a couple packs. So basically that's what we're looking at. The date on it, this one said 1900, literally 1900. So antique French onion skin pages. And if you got these a couple weeks ago, these are just leftover packs from this particular book. I have like 10 of them here, maybe 10. So let's do those first. We can call those orphans if you want. Oh, it got darker. It is dark right now, and it just depends on what I hold up to the camera. We're just going to do these quick, these couple little things, and then we're going to go. I can bring it back to brighter now that we're not doing books. You can bring it up a little more. It just really affects the background a little bit. There we go. So, no, I didn't. I just did now. Okay, let's do onion skin. Onion skin letters. It's a pack of 10 pages and they're $12 and I'm just selling what I have here. So however many I have. Hi, Tammy. And thanks for coming to see me after buying on Etsy. That's awesome. Thank you. So there they are. And the first person in after the go that purchased is Maria. So Maria's getting a pack. Thank you, Maria. And then I have Alice. And Alice is getting a pack. And Tammy would like 2. And let me make sure, Tammy, that I have your email. I mean, I know I could probably hunt you down in Etsy, but it generally works better if I make sure I get your email. Yep. Thank you so much. That's awesome. So Tammy for 2 packs. And Diana B. Thank you, Maria, honestly. And Diana B. Thank you. Okay, guys, that was awesome. I still do have a couple packs. I have 1, 2, I have 4 packs. Four. They have some nice signatures on them. Like a little bit more detailed signature. You got to remember it's backwards, but anyway, there's 4. Let's put those off to the side. And we can stack these over here. And for people purchasing, just like if all you got was onion skin or a couple little tiny things, I will save that stuff until next week. Because I can tell you right now, we don't need to do another live sale this week. We just need to take the rest of the week and get caught up on other things. Next week, so if you only get a couple little things, like if you have a book, your book is going to go. If you only have a pack of onion skin, I'm going to save your onion skin until next week. We have packs of checks. These are 5 French checks, and they are $20 per pack. So I'll kind of flip through and just show you them as they are. But there's 5 of them. French checks are very big. It takes 2 hands to hold them up, really, like. And you can see that most of them have like ink stamps and tax stamps and whatever else on them. But I'm just selling the packs that we have right here. And so you got to remember there's 5 different checks per pack. Oops, sorry, off camera. I moved my camera too. So there's 5 in a pack and they're $20, and I will type them in with a go. And so if we pick this one and look through it, you've got this one, and it has kind of like this woman with her headdress and a tax stamp and some pink on it. I love that one. And this one. This one's from Paris. I love all of this fanciness. It's got the official court stamp on the back of that one. Then there's this one. Lovely. And then there's this one. Beautiful blue stamp. And this one might be in this pile because it's missing one. I don't know. But we're just going to take it out of another one just so I can show you. But they have 5. Does this one have 5? Yes, this one has 5. They're supposed to have 5. So there's a different one to show you. And a different one. And a different one. This one has 2 of the same. And this one has the little rooster. And if you didn't know, the rooster was the official bird of France or something like that. I didn't know that. One of you guys told me that. But for some reason, it has 2, and the other one is short ones. So I think I know what happened, but we'll figure it out in the end. You get 5 French checks for $20. Let me type those in. And, oh, one more of onion skin? Yes, you can, Tammy. Yes, you can. Thank you for telling me. Let me change yours to 3 times 3. Perfect. And then I'll put checks in. Just in the nick of time, Tammy. Pack of 5. I forgot the go, but by now you guys know how to do it. Rich checks. So we just have 2 more items for tonight. Maria, are you just feeling sorry for me? Don't anybody feel sorry for me. We're okay. We're okay. Totally fine. I'll make sure they have 5, but that's Maria C. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you have 5. Okay, and Maritza. I don't know how to say your name, but that's how I'm doing. Till you tell me how. How am I supposed to pronounce your name correctly so that I don't say it the wrong way? Let me know if you feel like it. Otherwise, I'll just call you Maritza. Let me make sure you have 5. Yes, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm glad that one stayed here. Oh my gosh. That's how Maritza. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I don't want to pronounce somebody's name wrong because once it's in my head one way, I really got to struggle to correct it. Thank you guys. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much. Okay, there's those 2. Next, for these guys, I have 3 packs. Inside of this pack, there is 5. I think there's 5. We'll count them. There's 5 French invoices. They pretty much all have a small one and a blue one. And then whatever else is in here is random. Like they're all different. None of them are exactly the same. We did these a couple weeks ago. So there's a beautiful one. This one has a tack stamp and it has the ink. It's actually rust. It was in a binder and the rings on the binder rusted. And so it's got rust there. And then there's this one. This is also a half one. And a lot of them have lines on the back too. Then there's this one. So like you could scan the back and turn that into a digital as well as the front. And this one just has a letter from 1881. It's a business letter, but it's from 1881. So there's 5 pieces in each pack. This is the only one probably that has that tack stamp, but all of them have a half page and a blue page. And these are antique French invoices or business letters, I guess. And we did these for $3.50 per piece, and we did a minimum of 5 pieces that night. So I think that comes to $17.50. So French antique invoice pack of 5 for $17.50. And there's only 3. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry, I'm just not going to stay a whole lot longer. We can hang out and chat for a little bit if you want. I don't want to run and grab craft stuff, but can hang out and talk for a little bit if you want. I will sit when we do that. All right. First person I have for these is Carol. Thank you, Carol. Carol B. And next person is Maritza. Carol B, I think you're getting that one with the rust. If you don't want the rust in the tax stamp one, let me know. And then Maritza is next. And one left. Anyone who wants it. Thank you guys. So this one, it's the one I showed. In your pack, I just chose it randomly for you, but I just want to make sure that you're going to be okay with that. So it has the rust on the side, but it also has a, I don't mean to use that finger, it also has a tax stamp. Whereas the other ones don't have tax stamps. Yes, it has rust on the paper. That's what that rust color is rust. I mean, it's not like rusty metal. It's just where rust was touching it. And it, I mean, I could give you the other pack if you want. There's one right here that doesn't have rust. I just like to ask. So this is the other pack. So let me know, I guess. I just want to make sure. I don't want you to be disappointed. The tax stamps alone, though, are worth quite a bit. I mean, people usually sell documents that have a tax stamp for a lot more than ones that don't. Rust is okay, good. Perfect. Anyone else for that last one? And then we'll move on to the last thing, which is the ephemera pack. I'm putting him off to the side. There is a laugh. Kendall wants it. Yay, Kendall. No orphans on that one today. Thank you, Kendall. Just got to the train station. Well, for those that didn't hear, I'm doing my last item right now. And then we will come back next week. And next week we will be completely ready to go and have accomplished lots of things, because now I have a whole week to do it. Because there was a light life sale today. So it tells me 9 of these were available and they were $16. So what this is, it's a French handwriting ephemera pack. So there's a bunch of different things in here that all have French handwriting or a blank French ledger page. So this first page, lots of gorgeous, it's a creamy color. I brought the light up again on the camera, but it's a really nice creamy, like ivory color. And it's got handwriting everywhere. It's really beautiful. And then we've got this lovely, this is an early 1830s French ledger. And in France, they often cross out the entries when they've been recorded or paid or whatever. And so this is a ledger from the 23rd of something, 1835. And so this is a full folio of that. It's early French ledger, and I do love using these ones, specifically like if you were doing Tim Holtz or something grungy. I think that it makes a beautiful page in a journal, but you also could use these things for collage. I mean, it's sturdy. There's nothing falling apart on it, but you could. Then you get this one for scanning to turn into something to print on the back of your digitals, or you can just use it in a journal. It's just a beautiful blank ledger page, French ledger page with the stamp up there. And then this is a French legal document page, and it has gorgeous large French handwriting on it. And so that's the ephemera pack, and they're $16, mostly because you have a folio of 1830s French ledger in here. And you have a blank page and a legal document and another legal document. So that's that. It's $16, and I will put those in. And it's just called ephemera pack. French ledger / documents. And there's that one. And that's the last thing we're going to offer tonight. We can stay and chit chat for a few minutes if you guys want. If there's something you guys want to chit chat about, I don't know. And then we will be back here for anyone who's new and just watching and catching the end of it, I will be back next Tuesday and next Wednesday for live sale both days next week at a minimum, because now we need to make up because we didn't do this week. I mean, we kind of did this week, but not really. We were thinking of initially doing a sale 2 or 3 days this week. But I think there's a lot of uncertainty and just a whole lot of weight on people's minds right now. So I get it. I mean, it's on my mind too. I'm just trying not to really think about it. But I think that's kind of what's going on, is it's just, it's not really a great time. So we'll come back next week, and by then we'll all know the answer to all of our questions, hopefully, and we'll have, hopefully, a lot less weighing on us. Hopefully. Thank you, Carol. I got Carol B, and I got Kindle. Thank you. And Maritza for 2. Thank you, Maritza. Thank you. Thank you. You have 2? Yes, 2. Okay. And then RV ready to go explore. RV ready to go explore. I think, unless I'm mistaken, you are new to me. And so, new buyers, I just ask that you send me an email. My email address is right on the screen right now. I'll move this down so you can see it. It's also in the description box below. And if you would send me an email right now so I can get your information, I just need your first name, your last name, and I know who you are now on YouTube, but please put it in the email so that if I look back later, I can connect the dots. RV ready to go explore. And so I just need you to send me the email, because how I invoice people is I invoice people through Square. And Square requires an email address so that I can send your invoice to your email. And then from there, you just click it and pay it. And after your items are paid for, they ship. You'll see when I send your invoice, I also send you a tracking number because I already packed and shipped your item. But just know that your item stays here, packed and shipped, with its shipping label on it until your invoice is paid. So I wrote you down for 1. I'll check the email here in just a second. So that was RV ready to go explore. Tammy Ward for 2. Thank you, Tammy. And so all new buyers have to send that email, and you only have to do it once. And then after that, did I already get you for 2? I thought I did. Well, it was Maritza for 2. So all new buyers send me their information the first time, and then I save it in the computer for the next time. So you just do it the first time. And then next Tuesday, I will be back Tuesday and Wednesday for a live sale. Normally, live sales start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they're every Tuesday, no matter what, unless something crazy is going on, like the election tomorrow. And then I send that invoice sometime in the next week after the live sale. Awesome, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you, Kendall. Sorry, it was a short one tonight. Tammy, did I see to add 2 more for a total of 4? Let me see how many we've got for you. And we just have 3. So let's add you 1 more for a total of 4, Tammy. Right there you are. For a total of 4. Perfect. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, got that one. Leslie, that helps me. Thank you, Leslie. And then I'll just look for your email here, Leslie. You went to your friend's house, Alice, and shared it with her. Ooh, she's making a slow stitch journal. That's awesome. I love slow stitching. I love them. I love the covers. I love everything. Can't wait for your books. Awesome. I'm excited for you. Oh, I always invoice for live sales, Tammy. So Etsy is completely separate than live sales. I don't combine the two. So if you order on Etsy, it ships from Etsy on Etsy's time frame. And if you order here at live sale, I invoice you through Square, just like all new buyers. So you did send me your info, so I have it. So I'll send you an invoice through Square. You just click on your invoice once you get it and pay it. It does take, sometimes it's a couple of days, sometimes it's a week. It just depends on how fast I can get everybody's stuff situated, packed, and invoiced. But don't worry, I have your info. We checked. Oh, Diana, I hope you have a great time with them. Yes, that's so special that they came to see you, spend some time with you. So I understand you'll be late. You enjoy your time with them. Maritza would like another pack of onion skins. Well, thank you for whoever purchased on Etsy. Let me add Maritza's onion skins for 2. Let me make sure I got that. Um, let's see. Where is hers? Alice, Maria, Tammy, and Diana. Oh, you want to add 2. I see. You don't have any and you want to add 2. I'm like, I don't have one for you. Those are the last 2 onion skins. So we don't have any more onion skin packs at the moment. I will have more in the future after I find some more books, but I don't have any right now. Thank you, Marita. Got them. Okay. I have 2. Wanted last 2. You got 4 total, Tammy. And Maritza got the last 2 that were there. So we don't have any more. But I think we got through all of these. I don't see anyone else for these ephemera packs. So I think we're good there. Let me take down this comment. There we go. You're okay. Everybody's good. We did it. We did the whole thing. I mean, not 5 hours, but we did 3 hours. Okay. And we have 1 pack of ephemera left. Literally 1. I have Tammy got 2 packs of ephemera. RV Ready to Go Leslie got 1. Maritza got 2 packs of ephemera. Kendall got 1 pack of ephemera. And Carol B got 1 pack of ephemera. There's 1 pack left on the ephemera packs. And for checks, just in case, I have 3 packs of checks left. That's what I got. Let me flip this camera back around and move my monitor. Do you guys want to test out a new piece of equipment with me real quick? Because we have time, or at least I have time. Good night, Alice. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you so much. Okay, let's test out. You know what? We need to do giveaway too. We always do giveaways, and giveaways changed. We now do giveaways by leaving a comment after the video ends. So when the video ends, you just go out of the video that we're watching right now. And then once the video will end, you go out, you come back to the video, and you leave a comment on YouTube. So not in live chat, but actually leaving a comment on the video, the same way that, like, if you watch Gail Augustinelli every day and you leave a comment on her YouTube video, you just leave a comment on the video. You can say anything polite that you want to say, and that is your entry to win the giveaway. I did last week's, but I do not know where I put it. So I will show you next week's, or last, I will show you last week's next week, and we will do one for tonight. Let's do that last pack of ephemera. Let's give that away. Oh, Maritza says she wants it. Well, Maritza, we can give this to Maritza, and I will do a different giveaway. Let me write Maritza's name on this one. Thank you, Maritza. And let me do a different. I cannot even talk anymore. Let's do a different giveaway. Let's give away You guys joined me and hung out with me for 3 hours. Let's do, yeah, find something cute. Because I want it to be something that's a little bit special because you guys like were here and hanging out with me. Let's do this. Let's do 2 French checks. Let me build a little quick giveaway. 2 French checks and where is looking for something specific? Right here. 2 French checks and a deed. 2 French checks and a deed. This is an old deed. So like a deed to property. It's dated 1865. I didn't look at this before I chose it out of the bin. But it's an 1865 handwritten deed. So a deed to a piece of property, a house, a something. And those are the tax stamps down there. So this is the giveaway. So if you want to enter to win the giveaway, when this video ends, just in a few minutes here, you'll go out of the video and you'll go back in the video, and then you will leave a comment in the comment section just saying anything polite that you want to say, and you will win that giveaway. Okay? Let me grab a bag to put those in so I don't lose them. And I will write giveaway and today's date. So I will show you guys who won last week and this week at the beginning of next week's sale. And you have to be at next week's sale to claim that you won your giveaway. And so giveaways are for people who purchased something at the sale. And the reason why I do that is so that I can just put it in the package that you already have leaving my house. So I don't have to charge you shipping to ship a giveaway, if that makes sense. So we're going to do giveaway. It's for free. And the date today is November 4th. Yes. Oh my gosh, it has been a long day. November 4th. There we go. So that's the giveaway. Now, I have one more favor to ask you guys. We'll put that all together. The tax stamps on that one were really nice. And the deed is American. It's English. So you can actually read it, which I think is kind of cool too. And you can scan it and make a digital out of that. We'll put that in the pile right there. Okay. Jennifer Waldron's crying and laughing. 2 French checks, a deed, and a partridge in a pear tree, and a ledger. Yes, exactly. You need a deed, Carol? I have lots of deeds. Remind me next time and we can pull out the bin of deeds. I have deeds from the UK. I have deeds from America. And I have deeds from France. Okay. So, Rebecca, did you just get here? Maybe you were here the whole time and I just didn't know, or I forgot. Anyway, let me flip this camera back around. Okay, so here's the little bit of help that I need. I have a different camera and I just need a little bit of help. It's right there. You can kind of see it. Let me get it off screen actually. I just need a little bit of help. What can I show it? Let's leave it right there. I'm going to switch to that new camera, and can you guys tell me what this looks like on your side? I know this is a weird little end of our video here, but so you're kind of seeing a whole lot of stuff back there. But if I show you like an old document or something like that, will you guys be able to actually read, like what's written on it? Does it actually show you what's written? Is it a fairly clear video? I know I'm holding it in my hand, and so that's not obviously ideal. But can you guys see, like if I'm holding the camera right here, can you guys see what is written on this document? Enough to maybe read it if it was English? Do I have to hold it up to you? Like, tell me how you think the clarity is on this, because normally it would be like pretty high up there, right? I know it's going everywhere and you probably can't see, but does it look like this camera will be more clear than the current camera situation? I'm hoping that we can get a document or a camera that will show you guys the text in books enough to see it. Because what I'm seeing on my side, it is not like that clear. Yet this is literally the best camera they make for these things. So on my side, it doesn't really look that clear, which is why I had questioned it. Let me flip it back around. It just doesn't look that clear to me. And so I was questioning using this camera, which is why it's not up on the camera mount. But now that we've looked at it together and I can get your opinion, I will know. There we go. Well, at least we looked at it. Because when I was testing earlier, blurry, that's what I thought, is that it didn't look very clear. Even though I know I'm holding it, and so it's going to wobble around a little bit. But I think the current camera is showing it more clear, especially when I hold it up. Is showing it more clear than that one, which is supposed to be, I mean, it's astronomically more expensive than the other one, but it doesn't seem to be giving me good results either. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera back around. We can chit chat for a little bit if you guys want, and then we will call it. There we go. My super close up. I don't know if it will let me sit because you'll just look at my gray hair at the top. But I can try. Anyway. Hi, Kim. Hello. Thanks for joining us at the end of our live sale. Let me take my banner down so we don't have to see that over my face. Not that we're going to be here forever, but anyway. So there I am sitting in my chair. You see how it doesn't work? Because like it's a bar stool height chair, but it's still very, very low. So that was a short live sale. Thank you for helping me look at my camera and so that I could know you guys were also seeing it blurry as I was seeing it when I was testing it. Have to put full screen, but on the full, it wasn't clear on mine and I'm looking at it in a big monitor. So more work to be done testing that out, I think. A document camera. Is your document camera a whole lot of megapixels? And this is supposed to be the best one, but I think I just have to play with it more or something to get it set up better because it's not working out so well for me today. I think the microphone is good, but we'll have to play more with the camera situation. I think there's a slight delay right now, but it's not as bad as it was in the beginning. The video and my voice, I'm pretty sure it's about where it normally is right now. Because I can see my mouth moving while I'm talking. So I think the delay thing got better. Maybe when I switched cameras and went back, it fixed it. I don't know. We'll have to find a better camera solution because the digitals are coming and I want you to see the digitals clearly, which is another reason why we haven't done digitals yet. The thing with V-necks is they always slide down, right? So, it has to be one that will work for streaming, and that's kind of the hard thing, is it has to work with other software and other equipment I have. But I will look into that too, a document camera. I will look into it, Rebecca. Thank you for mentioning that. What am I selling next week on the live? Everything. I'm selling everything that you can imagine next week. It's not one specific thing that I have in mind at the moment. We'll have to see. I know that we have a backlog of things to get through and it just got worse because of this week. So We'll see. Oh my gosh, that stand is not the normal stand. That stand is just literally holding the camera right now. I have a camera mount that's on the ceiling. So if that camera was going to be the camera I was going to use, I would put it in the ceiling mount. But the ceiling, that camera can't go up there until we're sure we're going to use it. It is better now. Used them during COVID. I see. I see. Well, I can look into it. I can look into it. A different stand over than the ceiling mount. You can't really, there's a reason why it's a ceiling mount instead of putting something on the desk. I will have to continue to figure it out though. Like it's just a work in progress right now because we're changing a lot of equipment out. Yeah. I know a lot of people just film with their phone and that's an option too, but not with my phone. We'd have to have a second phone. Anyway, there's a whole lot of things to figure out. And we're just upgrading everything because I want you guys to be able to actually see. When I show books, I want you to see the text on the pages. I want a camera that is so good that it will show you the rag paper texture on the page. I know that's asking a lot, but I think we can do it. Kim, thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. There are a whole bunch of mounts already here and they're all being used for other purposes, but I want to stay with a ceiling mount for sure. There's reasons why. I'm not going to talk about them right here, but there's reasons why. So guys, I don't want to talk about politics at all, but this weekend on Friday, so on Friday, it's not this weekend, but on Friday, I'm going with my daughter to the Pinners Conference. It's the big crafting conference and it's in Scottsdale and they have like basically it's a whole day of like craft classes and I feel really lazy sitting in this chair talking to you guys. It's a whole day of craft classes and workshops and basically make and takes. So you can go, I just cannot sit in this chair and talk to you guys. You just can't do it. You can go and at Pinners Conference, they have basically workshops all day long. And there's like at any given time, there's probably 12 or 15 workshops going on. Plus, when you walk around on the floor, there's like booths that have set up and they have little craft make and takes while you're at their booth or whatever. So basically we get to craft all day. It's a whole bunch of different projects. Last year, there was literally no journal related items or paper crafting related items at all. It was all other kind of items, which for me is kind of fun too. Last year we went in the same time of year, so beginning of November, and we made wreaths out of deco mesh. We decorated wine bottles with dot painting. We bought the little needle felted balls that you can make a garland with. We sewed on sewing machines a tote bag. We did string art. We did all kinds of things. It was like a whole big long day of crafting. They have food vendors there, so you literally don't leave. You just stay there all day and do stuff. So that's what we're doing on Friday. I will show you what we make when I come back. So I've scheduled a craft with me for Sunday this weekend, because I will not be here Friday. That happens all day long Friday and it's in Scottsdale. So by the time we drive home, I wouldn't make it in time for craft with me anyway. And probably I would be too tired. So, oh my gosh, if I did a booth for journals, oh my gosh, if there was just unlimited time in the day, I could do a million different things. But anyway, so craft with me is tentatively scheduled for Sunday. The link thingy is already up on my YouTube channel. That may change. I just need to see what all happens, but that's the plan. I know I'm being very vague. This week, honestly, had I had some experience with election during live sales, I would have not done this week. But we didn't know how it was going to go. A lot of people, when I asked before, were saying that they would welcome a distraction. So that's what I was attempting to do, is offer a distraction. Um, Getting a whole lot of messages there. But now I know that during election week, it's probably best just to do a craft with me instead of a live sale. And then we can just hang out and at least, we can be doing crafting or something. I just took all the crafting stuff out of this room into the craft room across the hall, or else I would just go grab it and sit and do it. But I think I'm just going to call it a night and go eat dinner and take some medication. I've just been standing all day, and I leaned over the back of the desk, which the desk is huge, and it was like trying to screw something in, and it was taking forever. And honestly, that was not fun. Kit Peaks. Oh my gosh. The kit is just a Victorian French Christmas kit. I don't have any Kit Peaks they're not in here. Nothing's in here of the kit. Oh my gosh. I do have a lot on my plate, but finding a solution for the camera, what I have now works. It's just not the best. I want something better. And a lot of it does have to do with the rest of the setup, which is, lighting and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll keep working on it. I know it's only once every 4 years, thankfully. Yeah, thankfully. At least it's supposed to be, right? We will see. We will see. As far as um, you know, rescheduling events when there are political things or just other big world events, it's just not really a great time to try to do something when everyone's trying to be glued to their TV to watch news. So in the past, when it's been like a big world event or something happened and everyone was glued to the TV, I didn't do a live sale. I didn't know about this week. So now we know. Now we know. So I'm going to go relax for a little bit, eat dinner. I hope you guys do the same. Have a great night. Eat your dinner if you haven't already. Try not to pay attention to all the social media and the news things. I'm going to try not to pay attention to it. And we're just going to get through tomorrow. Just survive it and get through it. And then we're going to survive it and get through the rest of the week. And hopefully next week, everything is calmed down and wonderful. And we can go back to our lives. Not like anything we do really matters that much anyway, I guess. So, right? We can vote, and that's really the only thing we can do. So, chips and dip for dinner. That sounds pretty good. However, I don't think my stomach would handle chips and dip for dinner. It needs a little sustenance after that. Yeah, sustenance. I don't know. Substance. Yeah, there we go. Well, I think we all do have a reason to celebrate no matter what happens tomorrow, because we made it through it and we're done. So, without getting any more political about it, I've already said that, and that's already too much. Let's just move on from there. Have a good rest of the night, and we will come back here sometime this weekend, hopefully, for Craft with Me. And quickest things you can keep watching. I know a lot of you missed dinner on live sale nights, me included. So I appreciate that. Now you can actually have real dinner. You can go back and actually make something for dinner. I'll be fine. It's just what happens as soon as the weather gets cold here, which it's not really cold, but for us it's cold. As soon as the weather changes here, all the stiffness is back in the spine. So every morning for the last 3 or 4 mornings, it's been like, did I turn 80 overnight? Like, why is my spine so stiff in the morning? And it's just a combination of the stuff that's going on in my spine, but the fact that it got colder. Anyway, it will be fine. Thank you so much, though. I do appreciate it. Everything is fine. We will invoice what needs to be invoiced, and I will ship what needs to be shipped, or I will just hold it. We'll see. But don't stress about it if you don't get an invoice. Just know that your stuff is here and it's being held. On a work day, no time. I feel you, Rhea. I do. There's a lot of times that I don't get to eat until like 8 o'clock at night. And then I'm like, why didn't you just take a break and eat something? Because what happens when I do that is I generally eat really just junk, because by 8 o'clock at night, I'm tired. I'm sure a lot of you people who work also feel that way. That's why fast food is a thing, right? Because people are so tired, they just go through the drive-through on their way home, and that's what they eat. So, well, I'm here, I don't leave, but I'm just saying, generally I opt for less healthy things because it's late and I'm tired. Just like Rhea's chips and dip right now. Anyway, have a good night, guys. I will see you sometime this weekend, hopefully, for craft with me. I don't know what we're doing, but something. I know I keep talking and then saying goodbye. I did, except for the lacy part, finish the Granny's quilt journals. They're finished inside, except for the lacy part. So I will add lace to them and get those officially done. Fast food makes you sick. It makes me sick too. My stomach can't handle it. Cannot do it. I'm too old for it, I think. I think you can only do fast food when you're young. Anyway, guys, I hope that you have Lunchables. I hope that you guys have a good rest of your week and night. And like I said, try, no matter what happens, take it with a grain of salt. Let it all slide off your back and know that the world is still going to be okay, and we're all still going to keep chugging along, and we're going to be fine. Don't stress about it too much, and think good thoughts. I don't know what else to say about it. All right. I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much for joining. Have a good night. Bye, guys.